Good evening, agents! This week, we're playing Session 1 of Mage 20th Technocracy Reloaded. Last week, we completed character creation and our discussion of magic in the game. Then we dived into 57 in John's introductory scene. Tonight, we will complete Stantz and Walter's intro scenes and dive right into the story. So everyone, activate your VDOS devices, purge all unmutual distractions, and jack in with us. I am Tyler. Eldritch Echo's on the web, and I will be your storyteller tonight. Our Panopticon agents are here and ready to go, so I'm going to let them introduce themselves. Tell us who you are and who you're playing tonight.
Doesn't Sean go first?
You're first,
yeah,
Sean.
I thought I did, but I couldn't find my cheat sheet. Anyway, I'm at Space Lord PJs. I am playing the Void Engineer tonight, so that'll be fun. I'm excited. Woohoo!
Is that
Your
it?
hat is fabulous.
Yeah, my hat is pretty cool.
That's all he's got.
Come on, you got to sell yourself on this one. This is your moment.
I mean, the hat, pretty much. I'm leaning into the hat.
I mean, the hat is quite fabulous.
Yeah.
I'd never wear it myself or buy it for anyone I know and love, but I think it's great.
It plays. It totally plays.
It does. So hi, I am at Neat Sullivan in some places, and in other places I'm Neat and Co Designs, and I will be playing our fabulously gender fluid friend 57, who has other names, but you'll find them out as we go on.
Hello, I am Steve. Steve. You can find me on the internet at Voodoo Arcade, and tonight I will be playing our classic Man in Black character, Jonathan Doman.
Thank you, Steve.
Steve.
And I'm Eric. You can find me on the internet at Recluse or Maron Recluse at Twitter. And I'll be playing Walter Wasichu Spirit Talks.
Can I comment how
All
much
right, now
I
that
can
everyone
sense
knows
the
who we-
pain in Eric's face when he says on Twitter?
Burns.
So can all of my
Burns.
1 followers. Hey, Matt.
I'm not
And it's us
following
that
you.
follows him.
None of us follow
Purple
him.
Tails
That's
follows
awesome.
him.
Really? That's kind of messed up. I feel like, you
It's
know
your
what?
fault.
Okay,
Eric-
the whole shtick behind that is it's a Twitter account that doesn't actually tweet. So in
Quick,
that
everyone go
sense,
follow
it
him.
is unique.
All right, now that everyone knows who we are, except for Eric, shameless plug time. Please remember to like and subscribe to Vorpal Tales on YouTube, follow us on Twitch, and leave comments. Come check out our Patreon and its awesome tiers. We're feeling generous. All your support helps us a lot. We truly appreciate all of you. You can find our crew on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, except Eric, at Vorpal Tales, and on our website, vorpaltales.com. On Wednesdays, you can find us on the Onyx Path Publishing Twitch channel. We play lots of games. Currently, this on Mondays. They came from Beyond the Grave starting this Wednesday. Go check out the Kickstarter as soon as it's live. Descent into Avernus on Thursdays, and Mutants Masterminds on Fridays. A special thank you to Onyx Path Publishing for always being involved with streamers of their games and making awesome games for us to play. Also thanks to Sirenscape, because you can't be mutual without groovy music. And last but not least, thanks to my brother at N8MIDD for all of our Roll20 character sheets. But that's enough mundane chatter. Let's get enlightened and cook up some hyperscience. Who wants to go first? Sean or Eric?
I'll elect Sean to go first.
I will elect.
Just because I like playing the
will,
little extras on the side.
I will yield my
What
time
is it you would like to say, Sarah?
and defer to the gentleman from Maroon LaCruz. Who,
I-
by the way, y'all suck. You're terrible people. You're all liars too, because Eric only
What
has.
did I do?
Eric only has 2 followers now, me and Pinky. So get on that.
I am
feel like that's your
respecting
fault.
Eric's wishes by not following him on Twitter.
I'm gonna follow him because I love him.
Yeah, see, you make him popular against his
And-
will, and then he makes millions.
And then
'cause-
and I will ignore him because I love him.
wow,
We need to set the Guinness Book World Record of having the most Twitter followers without putting out one single tweet for Eric.
There you go. Let's get that
Ooh.
campaign going.
Follow
right
him
now.
because he doesn't Twitter. I just found out today that it's Non-Binary Awareness Week, so
Awesome.
Nice.
cool.
the
Is
end.
there anywhere special we can go to check out stuff about that? If you have links, tell us.
I don't, however, I can find some.
You can plug them at the end then, that works too.
I have them in the
So.
ability you do.
We're gonna do Walter first, you say. As a reminder, in that case, Steve, you're going to be playing the pattern spiders and the side of pattern, all of the spirits of stasis, machinery, and technology. Not change, not growth. Most of them manifest as spiders, and they're very creepy and they're very monotone, if that helps you.
Ow.
Okay.
Your goal here will be to convince him that technology is the way to go. not back to nature. That's nonsense. Sarah.
I like the spiders.
You're going to be playing Coyote, who only wants to be friends with Eric. And little does Eric know, every choice he makes changes you. So run with that. And Sean, you're playing Wild. You want Eric
very
to be
happy today.
You want Eric to be feral and shamanic, like a wolf or a deer or a hawk.
Who am I playing?
The Wild, that's what it's called.
The
Spirit
Wild.
of nature.
Okay. All right.
To bring him back to his roots, his Native American roots, to get back in touch with the spirits of the world, the animals and the trees and the plants.
Cool.
All of which are alive.
Cool.
Switching music. All right. How old were you, Walter, when you first decided to turn your back on your people and make your way out in the world as a white man and all of his devices?
Probably in his teens, because that seems to track. I think. Young rebellious, the young rebellious streak. I think begins around the early teens, so maybe 13, 14 years old or something like that. 16 to 18 years old, the oldest, I would imagine.
Call it 17.
Sure.
This day is the last time. This day was the last time you did a smokehouse spirit journey with your mentor. It's also the last time you saw him or her. Is it a him or a her?
Call it a her.
This is the last time you saw her. We're going to refer to her as Runs in the Clouds. At this point in the intro, you've actually already gone into your ecstatic trance state, and you have interfaced with Coyote, the spirit is coming to you recently. I'm going to let you two roleplay that for a moment while I get rid of those.
Oh. So this is what that feels like.
What?
Oh, you're real.
Of course I am.
I just thought it was all bullshit. Oh, this is really cool. What can you do?
Oh, you're still young. There's so much. What do you want to do?
Well, I want to get off the res for one. Can you do that?
I can. But there's so much more to learn here. However, I really wouldn't mind going on an adventure. I've been on so many of them. There was this one time that I went to the underworld and I released all of the spirits. I got in a lot of trouble, but...
How do you even do something like that?
What do you
With the
What do you
picnic
look like
basket.
as you manifest to him, Coyote?
Probably more like, just for now, an anthropomorphic coyote.
What does this environment kind of manifest itself as? Is it like typically like cloudy, or is it like an amorphous, or is it like supposed to be like very very wild
This
in
particular
nature, like
manifestation
forests
is-
and prairies?
You're in the place between, so it's very cloudy, like it's covered in perpetual fog, almost like you're being snatched into Ravenloft. It is temperature neutral, but you can hear the sounds of wildlife like in a deep forest, even though you see or sense no trees around you.
This
Just
feels
ever-shifting
real.
mist. And Coyote actually dissolves in and out of the mist, like she's part of it, but also not.
Is this what it's like on the other side? What they keep talking about? Is this what the Umbra's like too?
mean, like after death?
Isn't this what this is?
No. After death has your ancestors and feasting and gods, spirits.
Sounds boring. What is there to do
boring.
around here? Yes.
You're goading me, aren't you?
Am I?
You can't trick the ultimate trickster.
Coyote's supposed to be the cryptic one.
I don't see the trick. Where's the joke? Where's the punchline? There's nothing to do here. It's just you and me and this.
When you think of that, what's the first thing you immediately think of that you'd rather be doing?
Going out with friends, drinking, and doing stuff, teenage stuff that you're not supposed to be doing.
The mist clears in parts, and suddenly there's fluorescent lights everywhere in the street. It's just a street, and it's lined with buildings, all of which have flickering neon. This is the neon world you live in. And they're all exactly the same nondescript brownstone. It's old and grimy. And all of the signs of names are different, but they're all the exact same pattern of flickering neon, and they're endless in every direction.
What is
You
this?
can hear sounds of laughter and amusement coming from inside all of them, but the streets are empty, and it's a little creepy.
Oh, did you do that?
Did I? Did you?
I didn't do anything. Is this
Were you
anybody
thinking?
here? And he like wanders in and just kind of like looks around.
Just picks one.
Sure.
Pick one. You wander inside,
Fucking random.
and the bar, it's a dive bar, but it's empty. Except you can hear lots of people, and you can hear the pool balls and the darts, and you can hear the sports on the TV and raucous people at the bar laughing. Drinks being poured and shaken, but there's no one here. Except Coyote.
Laughs and
Except
looks
Coyote, who's behind the bar now, and is an attractive lady.
Hey, make me a drink, huh?
Careful how you phrase that question.
How about a screwdriver or something like that, huh?
You want to be a screwdriver?
You have artistic license here, Sarah, to be Coyote in the spirit world. You can take this anywhere you want as a trickster.
Coyote mixes up whatever it takes to make a screwdriver, and when they pass the glass to Eric's character, suddenly the liquid becomes a screwdriver.
Toss it behind his back.
I told you to be careful with your words.
Funny.
Then the door opens with
Funny.
a strangely loud creak and slams shut, and a very nondescript figure walks in. Nondescript hair, nondescript face. Everything is nondescript. If you were
they
forced to
attractive?
describe them, you would probably say they have dark hair, and eyes, and a face, and they're average height.
So they're very
God,
bland
they've
looking.
got
They're not
eyes.
attractive or striking in any way.
Average in every way possible. Uncannily so, and this is you, Steve.
I just can't go once over. I'm like, whatever. Go back to leaning on the bar. Anytime you're ready to make me a drink.
Words. You... Humans. Okay. Fine. I'll make you one of your screwdrivers. Just watch out for that person.
What's wrong with them? He looks over.
I'll kind of step in, look to him, just look at Eric's character, and then just turn and then sit in one of the booths, looking at the two of them.
It looks like it's just us two, huh? What are you having?
What you're having.
You hear that, Coyote?
You even drink, stranger.
I won't address Coyote at all.
Hey, friend. Toxa, okay. Respond to Coyote. Or am I the only one who sees it?
Roll 3d10, Walter. One success. For a brief second, as the screwdriver appears in front of the new guy without Coyote making it, he reaches for it, but his hands turn into spider feet, and then back into hands. Metal spider feet.
I have no idea what this is, right? Like, I have no notion.
And when he opens his mouth to look at you, sharp teeth.
Oh, that's nice.
I'll take a sip of my own manifested drink. I'll put it back down. I'll look back at Walter. Oh, I see them like so many other have. They bring nothing but trouble. Come drink with
This
me.
Coyote is a bit too much. Oh, wow. So if what you're saying is real, if all of this is happening, then is this really a screwdriver you made me? He takes a sip.
I made you 2 screwdrivers. One to teach
Yes,
you
but
how
only
to be
one of them I
careful
can
with
drink.
your words.
He's like,
Walter.
what do you know my name?
We know everything.
And who's...
They don't know
We-
everything.
We know everything enough to not twist people's words against them. We give knowledge and grant knowledge to those who seek it. seek it, don't
knowledge,
you?
knowledge.
You might
Not
not
know-
twist words, but
knowledge.
you twist flesh. You twist
He
minds.
kind of
Wait,
looks at between
You
the
hear a
two
wolf
of them
howling.
like,
Just one
oh.
long, mournful wolf howl. Roll your awareness plus your, from your actual sheet, Eric, roll your awareness plus your perception.
Yes, perception. Wait, where is this at?
Awareness would be
Oh, I see it. And-
skill.
Yeah, I
sorry.
see it.
Awareness
Where's
is talent.
Yes,
Upper right
and
knowledge.
the other one.
That's it. Awareness and knowledge and intelligence. Words.
Oh, intelligence. Okay, got it. Roll that. Oh crap! Yeah,
Leave
I
the
don't
difficulty
think
at
it rolled.
6.
Difficulty at 6. It doesn't like that. Yeah, difficulty set
Oh,
at
hold
6,
on.
but it just gave me an error.
Yeah,
Didn't do it.
we might have to do the thing to your sheet because I didn't do it to everyone yet. Hold on.
It's only 4 dice though. Not a whole lot there.
Can I respond to Eric while we're fixing that?
Sure.
Yes, it'll work now, Eric. You can
Okay, just
respond.
make your roll. Oh wait.
You guys know each other, don't you?
Know
He's just
them like a
watching their exchange
plague.
very interestedly, like, okay.
You notice nothing special about the wolf howl. Sean, what are you trying to say to him in actual wolf that he's not hearing? So we all know, because Coyote
What's
and the
up,
pattern spirit.
Man,
What's up, man?
All Walter hears is a wolf howl, but you both hear that.
Knowledge. Smallage. Very insightful, Walter.
Is there a dog in here or something?
But not all knowledge is simply what you read in books and they teach you in those fake schools they make you go to. Knowledge is experience. Knowledge is seeing the world.
Seeing is believing. I'll agree with that much, stranger.
Do you want the knowledge that you seek to see the
I guess
things in the world you want to?
Your ancestors
I guess
hold
it
your
depends.
knowledge.
Walter, don't listen to this square man. He's like all metal and shit. Like, that's stupid. You know what? You want to come out to the woods because we got like weed, man. You know what he's got? He's got like cell phones. You can't smoke a cell phone, bro.
No, but I can call up a dealer and he can give me all the weed I want.
This manifests as ow, ow.
No, you actually hear that coming from a window.
There goes Wolf, so eloquent.
Look,
You
Two
go look out the
spirit.
window, Walter.
Sure, I'll take a look and see if I spot a wolf or a weird dog outside.
You see a
Weird.
very large wolf sitting there looking at the window, talking to you. But you also see behind it, off in the distance, the mist has receded even more, and now it's a stretch of plains, rolling plains. And there's woods at the far end of it. And you see a very large, majestic elf just standing there looking afar.
The heck is this? Huh.
nothing that will give you what you want.
Not
I
true.
don't know. She seems pretty real to me.
Oh, they're real. They're just not helpful.
You know what knowledge is, man?
I
It's a
brought
bird,
fire to the
man.
humans.
Yeah, fire's cool, bro. Wait, fire burns down the woods. No, but it's okay when you control it and like you burn a fire in your mouth that's on a weed and it's great, man. And then like you're in front of a campfire in the woods and you're looking up at the stars.
all right. Jeez, you
What's
people talk
that,
too much.
man?
He starts walking out of the bar. See you later, weirdo. He walks out of the bar. He goes to see what's going on with these weird ass animals at the edge of the street or whatever, edge of town.
Wait for me.
Coyote is next to you, but now Coyote's a guy.
He kind of smirks when he sees Coyote like running up next to him, like,
We're friends. I don't
"Oh,
want to let you go alone.
of course." He's
I mean-
Now a
"Uh,
very short,
sure."
shady looking bitch. It's a very short, shady looking guy with like a scraggly beard.
What's up? What do you want?
What do you mean? What do I want?
Shifter? No, he's talking to the wolf and the moose or whatever that turned into people.
Look, man, you want to like get in with your inner nature and stuff, man. Like you want to not go with those metal dudes because like they're boring and like controlling and they like tell you what to do. Don't you want
Whatever,
to be
man. That's
right?
all true,
exactly.
but if they're
whatever to them, man. They're a bunch of
but if they're
squares.
useful, what does it matter?
No, you know
does
what?
it
You know what
matter?
matters is like the planet in like trees,
Nothing matters.
in like breathing, in like cakes.
While all valid points, Wolf, I'd suggest laying off of the Mary Jane before you talk to someone you're supposed to be guiding.
No, I'm guiding.
You're
Steve,
supposed to
for
be
your
guiding
character?
me?
I was gonna say I
For
specifically
your
don't
character
want.
to
Oh,
get him to do what you want, you're gonna have to offer him an easy way out of all of his troubles.
okay. I want to specifically not chase him or follow him. I want to give off that aura of just like you'll come back to me. Like I'm not. Basically, yeah. That's what I'll do. So I'm just gonna stay where I'm at, and wait for Coyote and Wolf to just drive him nuts enough to come back to me.
Hey, Grateful
Coyote,
Dead,
you smell danger.
you got a pack of smokes
You
or
don't know
what?
What it is?
Yeah, man, I always got smokes. Here's some smokes. Here, have some smokes.
Something's not right.
Takes them out and just.
See now, if you had to ask, Spider Face, Metal Face back there, you would have had to fill out like 4 requisitions and then like ask your superior officer and then like smoke in the designated smoking area, which actually doesn't exist. So
Saying that
like,
guy was a Fed?
yeah, man, like
More or
the
less.
worst kind of fed, man. You don't want that. You want to go out and you want to do stuff unfettered and like you just want to wear no pants, man. Like, no pants, no shoes, all the service, man. Yeah. That's what you want.
Sure, I can get behind that.
The
Sure.
smell gets stronger.
Exactly.
Is it warning?
The danger,
Is it
the danger
making?
smell gets stronger. Both Wolf and Coyote can smell it.
Danger smell?
Yes, but you don't notice, Walter.
I'm just smoking. Yeah, I'm just chilling over here, like whatever.
Coyote, did you like stuff? Smell, man. It like it smells very ungroovy here, man.
I thought that was you, to be
No,
honest.
man. Well,
Hey, thanks, Jerry
Can I-
Garcia. I'm gonna go smoke these over there. Okay, you
Like-
guys work it out between you.
I mean, I haven't had a
He walks
shower in
away.
literally.
I just want to be
forever,
in like
but-
the window of a reflection somewhere just for Walter to see that I'm still in that booth.
If I see him, I'll wait. I'm just like, what's up?
You see it.
Don't wave at that square. He wants you
not
to
me.
like. No, I'm not saying. I didn't say it was you. I said it was there. It's probably that dude. You don't want to go with that dude. A, he smells. B, he's gonna tell you like how to live your life. You don't want to do that. You want
It's
to
the
run
city.
free.
Like, you know,
Pantsless.
but you can't-
Your balls just swaying back and forth. in the
everything
free
I get
air.
inside everything I can do out there, I can do in here too.
No, that's not true, man. They're gonna make you wear pants. It's gonna be awful.
He walks
You don't
around
want
and he's just
that.
like, and he's like, he starts taking his clothes off while he's like, you know, like he just.
Yeah, do that.
Takes
There
his
you
clothes
go.
off and, you know,
There
just
you
gets
go.
completely
Yeah.
like buck ass naked, and starts walking down
Get
the street.
naked. Get
Who's gonna
wild.
stop me?
What are
Who's gonna
you-
stop me?
As you say, who's gonna stop me? You say, who's gonna stop, and then you howl because now you're a wolf.
I hear a wolf. Like I hear a snarl of a
You
wolf.
are a wolf.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Cool.
that's new.
I start running as fast as I can, like.
Yeah, run, man. Run away from the squares. Be free.
Look for easy prey.
Okay.
You can run.
Pick up a scent.
You can run
right-
like the wind. I got this for you, Steve. You
I was
can run
gonna
like
say-
the wind, and you go down the street. Then the
Spiderweb.
street restarts, and you pass the bar and the strange guy standing there looking at you. You pass him and run, but then the bar repeats. The strange guy is looking there, standing there looking at you. And the more times you do it, the more you start to see that the street is filling up with webs.
He tries to like find a way out, and if he seems like he's trapped or whatever, he'll try to like stop and think and like revert back to the form that he was before, and then like while in human form he'll howl and like, you know, like call to Coyote like to his side, like, hey friend.
Coyote appears when you call, and you're back in naked human form.
You never
didn't do
asked
that,
for
right?
your clothes.
He points at the spider webs at the end of the street. That's not you, right?
I have nothing to do with the spider webs. That's all that being that you saw.
I totally believe you. It wasn't Jerry Garcia either, right?
No.
No way, man. I'd give you a machete to cut those webs, but like, I can't.
You look up and you
Try-
see the wolf still talking to you, all calm and collected, but he's stuck in a web, just hanging there.
He's like, oh shit.
Bro, no.
I'll
I guess
come
I
out
gotta
from
cut
the
you down. What are you gonna do for me though?
I mean,
There you go.
I'll come out from the booth
Go
and
ahead,
I'll
Steve.
just kind of appear, show up, and I'll be like, Walter,
Yeah?
what do you want?
he wants
Out of
to not
everything.
wear pants.
Oh man, I want a lot.
Do you want to be naked, running around in the woods?
Yes, he does.
do you
Literally,
wanna-
figuratively.
Or
Yeah.
do you want to explore more? You want out, right? You want out of everything?
Yeah.
It's very simple. It's very easy.
Don't listen to him.
Yeah, he's a square man. He's
When the
gonna make you
phone
wear
rings,
pants.
an opportunity calls, just answer.
No,
And then I want a phone to ring in his pocket.
smoke that phone.
All,
Your pocket rings, and when you
All
pull
you
it
have
out,
to
it
do-
is the newest, sexiest phone that exists.
all you have to do is answer the
Shit.
call.
You look
And
at it,
everything-
and the caller ID says "Your future."
It's on the other
You
end.
hear the elk make an elk bray, which I don't know if you've ever heard that. You should look it up sometime. and then it rears up in the air, and its hoofs hit the ground, and there's a thunderous earthquake that knocks everyone flat except Steve. Wolf falls free, and all the buildings collapse, but the webs are still there.
No,
Go ahead,
wait,
Steve.
Walter. I'll always love you, man. No. You can't stop progress, and you can't ignore the future.
Technology. Wow, the wild. It's all the same shit, isn't it?
One
Well,
locks
still
you in the
ringing.
past, and one's opens doors. Answer
Whatever.
the phone, Walter.
We all serve too many masters anyway.
Don't answer the phone. It's true.
He
a
picks up
coyote
the
can
phone
fly the
and he
nose.
like goes up to Coyote and he puts the phone up to both of us so we could both hear at the same time, and he's just like, shh. He answers the
As
phone.
you lift up the phone, you start seeing pairs of red eyes appear everywhere in the webs.
Cool.
You answer the phone.
Perfect.
You answer the phone, and everything goes black, and you wake up with the start inside the hut where you were having wow, what's that called? Help me out here.
Sweat lodge.
Get it really hot and smoke
lodge?
peyote. Smoke lodge.
Yeah.
Thank you, Farah.
Am
you
I
wake
still
up
the
on the
same
ground, but
age,
you're
like,
still
or
holding-
was it some sort of regression thing?
You're still 17, but you're actually holding that sexy new phone you always wanted.
Oh fuck!
And you
Oh,
push the
shit.
button like you're still making the call. Like there's still someone
Hello?
on the other end. Steve, this is where you say, "Run and never stop."
Walter, run.
Yeah.
Run away, and never look back. Never go back.
He stumbles out of the sweat lodge like.
Do you
"Holy
actually
shit."
look back when you stumble out?
Yeah, I look around like at the smoke.
You actually literally look back, and you see a pack of wolves. Only they're very large wolves, like dire wolves, and their eyes are actually glowing red, and they growl at
Fuck.
you.
I like
Steve's
step
voice
back
comes
like
from the phone saying, "Run!"
Run!
shit. And he's like turns around, he drops everything that he's just buck ass naked, like running, like
Coyote, this
Shit.
is where you're going to appear and teach him his first real trick. Only now, you're like Techno-Coyote. Describe that.
Awesome.
So, Quicksilver, just imagine if a coyote, a physical coyote, was made of nothing but mercury. For
nice.
each individual fur strand, eyes a green LED, and sound can come out of everywhere from coyote, without them opening their mouths.
Okay, cool. Like, is this thing just like running alongside me or something?
Yes, with Coyote's voice. Only you can tell. Only you know somehow that only you see it.
I said I'd go anywhere.
What
Your
do I-
first trick to teach him
the
is
fuck is
going
that
to be
thing?
run like the wind.
Yeah, I'm like running as fast as I can. I'm like, shit, like, you know, he climbs
you
the
can
fence, he
role
hops
play.
over and shit, he keeps jolting down the street. People are like,
You wanna run
"What the fuck?"
faster?
Roleplay
Just
teaching
run around
him
with
the
his dong
trick,
out.
Yes.
Do you want to run faster?
Fuck yeah, I wanna run faster!
Let's run faster. Reach out, grab the wind, and pull.
Yeah,
Roll
he
3d10.
concentrates. Yay! Fail.
You actually reach out and grab the wind, and it pulls you and it yanks you into the air. And you land on your feet, and your arms are wobbling because you're out of control. But then you catch your rhythm and start running, and now you're running impossibly fast. You're running like car speed. And you're like,
Oh,
wait,
shit.
I'm not in the spirit world anymore. How is that possible? And then you hit the side of a building at 60 miles an hour. This is when you'll
Okay,
teach him his
Nightingale.
second trick, Coyote.
What's
This is when you'll
second
teach him his second trick, Coyote. In the moment before he hits the wall, you're going to teach him to step to the other side.
Teach him to step to the other side.
Sidestep.
Pass into
Go
the
for it.
upper realms. Pass into the spirit world.
Spirit walk.
physically.
Okay. Goodness, I'm having a hard time picturing that one.
Not
So,
real. Step through it.
yeah, actually, you know what? That'll be it. Coyote explains to you to just step through the building that you run into.
He just like imagines
As you're
it
falling,
like it was in
everything
the
slows
spirit
down,
realm.
and Coyote tells you that. So yes, roll 3d10 again.
Yay!
2 successes this time. Okay. You fall through the wall, but the wall is just made out of shadows, and you hit the ground, and you're on the same street as you were before, except everything is a dark reflection of itself and slightly reversed. And there's things everywhere. They're like wisps of shadow in the shapes of people, and they all turn and look at you, and you're like, "That's not good. I should run faster."
The fuck are those? Keep running.
Catch them.
Coyote explains to you that this is the near umbral. This is the shadow world, where it's a reflection of our world, and this is where the dead who can't pass on are trapped.
You
And
wanted
they
fun.
like living people. They're full of energy.
Don't get eaten.
You brought me to the Umbral. Are you crazy?
You turn around and it's not wolves chasing you anymore. They're twisted, like you can't even find words for them. It's like reading Lovecraft. Hideous aberrations that you can't describe, but you'll try.
Fuck, we're dead.
They're
He says.
they're like
dead.
amalgamations of rolling balls, worms, and mouths and teeth.
It's like not yet, but we're
And then
gonna be.
suddenly-
Look at those things.
And then suddenly there's a giant metal spider in your way. You're here to help them see. Like this thing is the size of a building.
The creature or me?
You are the giant metal spider the size of a building. This is your real form.
Okay. Sorry, am I the creature chasing him, or did I show up to help him?
You showed up to help him. The creatures chasing him are balls of worms with mouths.
Gotcha. Okay. So, Walter, get behind me.
Oh, it's you. Shit. He starts running forward. He tries to get behind the spider.
I'll start just spraying out between 2 points, like this big giant web to just shield Walter from these things and try to web them up.
I hate to have to trust
As
you.
he starts spinning the web, it's like the world that you're in, Walter, starts becoming less real, but you can feel the world that you're supposed to be in becomes more real, and it pulls you back. And you land on your ass on the street, 2 miles away from where you started on the res. There's no more wolves behind you because they're trapped on the other side.
He looks over at Coyote and he's like, see? They all have their uses. He starts running again.
Just keep that in
Walter
mind.
never stops running, not for the rest of his life. As
Yeah,
the scene
pretty
fades out, though, it doesn't fade out on Walter. It fades out on the patterned spider, who looks down at the 3 roiling balls of worms and smiles. And they waver and undulate like their form is changing, and suddenly they're 3 very small metal spiders who run up, jump on his back, and they fade away into the background.
Very good,
Very clever.
little ones.
Nice.
Next
He'll
is
run.
Sean.
Yay.
Go ahead, Steve.
He'll run right to us.
We're all run right into our web.
Okay. In Sean's, Steve, you are Sean's squad mate. You are the guy that you're game over, man.
Yeah, okay.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Just
You got this.
just say who we are.
You are.
Sarah.
Wait, what's
Go
the
ahead,
other
Sean.
river in New York? I can't think of it. Not the Hudson. Uh,
I don't.
Yes. Steve is
you're
Hudson.
Brooklyn.
Sarah
Oh.
is Vasquez, and Eric is Hicks.
Please explain what that means.
I got
Have
you.
seen aliens?
I'll side chat you. I got you.
Hispanic. Yeah. But
You're just-
say it out loud for
you're-
anyone
wait,
else who doesn't
you're
know all the
basically
classic movies.
You're
You're
basically
Hispanic.
You're Michelle Rodriguez, basically. Like, if
Yeah,
20
you're a
years ago.
Hispanic Latino girl who likes really big guns that are bigger than she is. You are a
Right.
hardcore space marine.
You are the best of the best.
Of
Sir.
the best, sir.
That is,
No,
by the way,
no. You're very
disrespect.
mouthy.
That is disrespect to Jeanette Goldstein, by the way.
How else are you going to explain it? Right.
No, you're not very much yes or no, sir. You're a little mouthy, but you are very
Right.
loyal to your team, and your
You're
Sarge is
surly.
a good Sarge.
I'm surly. Okay, got it.
You're not currently in a bug nest. You just got evac'd from a bug nest, and you are on a spaceship that is roughly the size of a capital cruiser in Star Wars, and you had to crash land into it to exfiltrate from the definitely not spiritual realm, definitely other planet that you just came from that's just roiling with monsters. Like tentacled monstrosities with too many legs. And you got to the ship just in time to find out the tentacled monstrosities with too many legs were plummeting to the planet from its nearby moon, and some of them hit the ship. So, as the scene opens, the ship is rocking and jerking, there's smoke everywhere, emergency klaxons and flashing lights, and all of you are already injured.
Ooh.
Begin!
All right.
Oh, this is it, you
Settle
guys.
up.
We're done for now. We're low on everything, and we're going down.
shut up. We're gonna live.
Keep it in your
No,
pants.
no, it's fine. Look, they're only class 4 xenomorphs. It's fine. It's very
We've got
fine.
this.
It's fine. This is gonna. Everybody's gonna make it out alive. I guarantee it.
Listen to the voice of reason here.
Right? Exactly. So not Hudson. You need to man up, because this is where you make your break. This is where you're the woman's more of a man of you right now. Like, come on.
Lock and load.
Give me 5 seconds with those fuckers. I got them.
See, she's got him. This is gonna be
That's-
fine. Everything's
That's
gonna be
real
fine.
great till we crash into a moon and explode, man. We don't got an engine on the aft.
So what you're
Shut up,
telling
why
me?
you gotta be such a wuss?
Exactly. It's like Tuesday for us. Let's go.
All
Tuesday.
right. Cut the chatter. Let's
Monday.
go. That was that.
Eat
You
them
make
for
your way
fucking
down
breakfast.
the hallway. As you make your way down the hallway, the ceiling panel above you explodes and a ball of tentacles hits the ground in front of you.
Contact on the left.
Man, you're in front.
Who's point man?
Hicks picks up his pulse rifle and starts firing.
Yeah. Get it. Kill that. Use your.
Hit it with a wrench.
Wow.
Yeah. Throw a wrench at it.
Another one
Always-
lands behind you. Another one
Uh,
lands behind you and whips its tentacles at Rodriguez over here.
Watch
and
the flag,
knocks you through a
Rodriguez.
door
God damn
into
it.
a side room. Knocks you through a door into a side room. And so Hudson over here whips around, starts firing his pulse rifle, but doesn't seem to be slowing him down.
Yeah, you
remember
want
that
it?
your
Come
suit
on,
has
brrr,
built-in
get
plasma
it.
cannon. Your
Come on.
exosuit has a built-in plasma cannon, Sarge.
I shoot the crap out of it.
Roll 7d10.
7d10s. Okay.
What is going on?
Well, in 3d10s, this guy's rolling 7. Damn.
As I'm
Because he's not
yelling.
rolling his own dice.
If he hasn't started shooting yet, he's just gonna be like, "What are you waiting for, Sergeant? An invitation? Let's go!"
There's a high-pitched whine, and like the arm of your suit actually retracts and turns into this giant barrel that's just green energy, and when you fire it, it kicks back, and the boom shakes the walls. And the thing in front of Hicks explodes into goo, and the goo splatters all over Hicks, and half of his face is gone in an instant. He hits the ground.
Ah!
Oh, that's not supposed to happen. Hicks, all right, you're gonna be fine. We got grabs. We
Forget
got
about
grabs.
me!
That'll
Just
fix
kill
it.
the bastards! Get them out of here!
Can I like pick
Four
Hicks
more
up
of
with
them
my
hit the
thing and-
ground. Four more of them hit the ground right between you and Hicks. And you see Hicks pull out a
Grenades!
plasma grenade and look at you.
No, Hicks, you don't have to do that.
Get the fuck out of here! He kicks him. He dives into the crowd of a xenomorph.
And I
Hudson's already
grab-
halfway down the hallway.
I grab
Before he
Snow.
dies, he's like, "You're in command now." He points at the whoever's next in rank.
That
Rodriguez,
would be
you're next
Rodriguez,
in line.
yes.
I'll
I got
grab,
you, boss.
I'll grab Stantz like by the collar, like where his armor is, and it's like, leave it, man, he's done for. And I'll just like pull him back.
Do not pull on your superior officer, god damn it.
Hudson turns his exosuit into overdrive and like just lifts you off the ground like your paper and runs.
No, Hicks, you were the best.
We gotta get to higher ground.
Rodriguez.
Wow.
Rodriguez is behind you and she's pushing you forward, and then everything explodes and the ship tilts as Hicks over there blows the entire side out of the cruiser.
I mean, tilting ships aren't bad. That can be dealt with. It's just. I mean, it's sort of bad. Kind of bad.
Sort of bad.
You make your way
Pretty
to
sure
the
that
bridge.
was our stabilizer, man. We're gonna be spinning soon.
Look, so long as the other stabilizer doesn't blow, we're fine. Everything will be fine.
Can't stabilize on just one side. That's called not stable.
No, that's why it's a stabilizer. It's stabilized. You don't need two stabilizers.
Will
One's
you
just a
two
backup.
shut up and get moving?
Hudson, I need you to get it together, man. You're gonna get us all killed.
I'm getting to that lifeboat. You can come with me if you want.
Wow.
Wow.
So, you make it to the front of the ship where the bridge is, and the door is crunched shut from implosion of some kind. And Rodriguez over there starts to work cutting it open, and things falls. Tentacles come rolling down the hallway towards you.
Okay, there's like 4 tentacles. Hudson, I just need shoot them all. Just
I'll take aim behind some station on the bridge and just start firing and throwing any last grenades I have.
give it everything you've got. Vasquez, get that
Do
goddamn
our
door
post-
open.
Have
working
underbarrel
on
grenade
it.
launchers.
Rodriguez gets the door open and it collapses in, and you see another guy on the other side, which is standing there. He's wearing Lieutenant Commander grade insignia. You can see a dead captain in the corner.
Lieutenant Commander.
And he looks at you, and you look behind him, and you look out the view screen, and all you see is the largest Cthulhu monster you've ever seen in your career. Like, the thing is 5 times the size of the ship, and it's just floating in space.
God, Hudson, I'm gonna need you to get on
the
weapons
deep
and
umbra.
load up everything we've got. Vasquez, I'm gonna need you to watch that door.
And he very calmly looks at you while you're talking. He just shakes his head and says, "No time. You have
No
to get
time?
this information to control." He hands you a flash drive.
What?
It's all
No.
that matters. Get it to control.
No, that thing matters. Everything matters. We got this. This is
We got
fine.
him, boss. Get the information to control.
He says we gotta go and get that information off the ship. I say we get the fuck out of here, man.
You say we gotta get the fuck out of here to everything. There can
Yeah, but
literally
I'm
be
right
like
this
4
time, and
hands.
you know it.
That's maybe, possibly, sure. Okay, fine. Where's the escape pods? Where's the shuttle base?
I want to stay behind and shoot some fucking aliens, boss.
No, you're coming with me. You're taking point. Not Hudson. Get my rear. I mean, get in the rear. Watch the rear.
Hudson
Yeah. She can
grabs
take
the
point.
flash
That's a
drive
good idea.
because
That's
the
a
guy's
good
still
call.
trying to hand it to you. Hudson, you stuff it into your exosuit, and then the emergency force field springs into life as the bridge is torn free by the giant Cthulhu monster.
Oh,
Well, that didn't take long.
I just took him. I could have taken him.
probably. Where's the shuttle
With my
base? We need a
fists.
shuttle.
You're heading for the shuttle bay at this point.
Okay.
You make it about halfway across the ship before a giant, massive, ship-sized tentacle comes whipping through the top of the ship, and Rodriguez is gone.
No!
Uh,
Vasquez Rodriguez. No!
what was-
You
the hell was
left me
that?
with Hudson. You know
What the-
he's terrible. I mean, not so terrible, but just
you're not so great
Hudson.
yourself. We're all sitting here trying to follow you, and we're all dead because of you.
no, we're not dead because of me. We're dead because of that thing out there. Like, give me the flash drive. Come on. You use both arms. Use both hands. Shoot everything.
Shoot everything.
I'll pick up the gun that fell behind when she got ripped into space, I guess, and double arm guns.
If it moves, you vaporize it.
For
Hudson,
one
you turn
half
to cover him when
for
you
one
finally
half
make it to the
second, I
emergency
consider
escape zone.
vaporizing Sean's character.
And then you remember as he opens the shuttle bay that you got to give him the flash drive.
Hold on. I'll tuck one gun underneath an arm. Here you go. Here. Look. Take it.
I go to take it, and I imagine this is the point where like a monster clamps down on him, and the only thing that's left is me holding his hand. That's holding the.
Correct. That is exactly what was about to happen. Yes.
No, not Hudson. I'm sort of not sorry you're gone. Sorry. Sort of sorry. A little sorry. Slightly sorry. You're a good soldier.
Wait. I can't quite do this. I can't.
J3 Bajillion would like to see Rodriguez floating out in space, attempting to fist fight the Cthulhu monster as our hero flies away.
Yeah, that probably
He
happened.
said he was flying away. You get in the escape module, and you eject from the ship, Sarge. But no, you've had enough of that shit. You lost your entire squad, all 8 of them on this mission. Them motherfuckers gonna pay.
I go back to the engines and I overload the hyperdrive, snap it into the warp drive, then put it into the trans module drives, and then put it into the weapon systems, and then I just start overloading it. And like the whole ship's just glowing, and I'm just gonna ramrod this thing like straight down its throat.
He's going to punch
You
Cthulhu in
look
the
out through
face
the
with a
rips in the side of
spaceship.
the ship. You look out through the rips in the side of the ship, just in time to see Rodriguez float right into its mouth. There's a tiny little whoop in the side of his face, which but it keeps coming at you. The ship lurches and starts spinning towards it head over head as you go to throw yourself into the escape pod, but not before a tentacle comes rushing in and eviscerates you, and you hit the escape pod over your intestines.
Ooh. Oh. I mean, the doctors can probably fix this, they think. Probably.
And that's the last thing you remember. So you wake up weeks later in a med bay.
Oh, good, the doctors could fix it.
We have the technology.
No concern at all for your own stomach being opened up. Cool.
Expendable in the Technocracy. Like, come on.
Those. If the Technocracy wants me to have guts again, they'll give them to me.
Sort of
You
take a
completed
moment.
your intros.
I take a moment to mourn the death of my entire squad. That was rough.
Actually, you're going to get to roleplay that too. Your adventure is actually the most recent. You were kind of in order.
Okay.
Walter's pretty young.
Just for reference, what is everybody's current age like in the campaign proper?
I don't remember.
Mine
30s, late
was
30s,
a-
I think.
I was awakened at 16, but that doesn't necessarily mean that.
Mid to late 30s is what we decided for you, Sarah. I think.
Late 30s.
Or it might have been
Let's go
ambiguous.
I think it was ambiguous, but let's go with my actual age of 32.
Sarge's character, by the way, he looks like he's 40. Sarge is a
But
lot
he's actually
older.
actually
Wait.
117.
It's just like in Men in Black 3 when Josh Brolin was 40 in real life and they said he's 29 in the movie. Like,
Other way. You look like you're 40. And
Right.
they've wiped your memory a few times, so you don't know.
oh,
Those are the perks of being with
That'll
the
be part of your
Technocracy,
story. Yes. Okay, as we transition from that last amazing intro, you all need a personalized tool for your intro story. It's part of what the point of that was. Personalized tool is unique to you. After I tell you what it is, you should describe it and then write that down somewhere so you remember. I'll hear it. When you use this tool, it only applies to your primary sphere or any spell that contains your primary sphere, but it's a higher chance of success than otherwise. You don't want to lose it. So, Sarah, your personalized tool is the nanite injector that doctor used on you when you tried to do the surgery and ended up doing it yourself. Describe it to us, because it's out of date now, so you had to do a lot of modifications to keep it up to spec.
Well, it was originally like that double loophole syringe, and
Yep,
so
giant injector. Yeah.
so now it has like a bunch of soldering all over the outside, and it's got metal tubing instead of the clear syringe, but it's got some glass components. And so like it's a mess of wires, and the wires are all gray or black, so you're not really sure what wire does what, and if it were an explodey bit, you just kind of SOL because you don't know what wire to clip. It's got a couple like flashing lights on it, but it always seems like there's a liquid inside that's mercurial and shimmery. So, that.
Interesting.
I like it. Steve, yours are Piper's mirror shades from that interrogation. You took hers, you wanted to be different even though you're not. So explain to us how they're just slightly different than every other mirror shade.
So instead
Also,
of
I know you don't have these in real life. These are snap-on like Morpheus.
Oh, okay. Well, I was literally going to say that instead of having like the kind of more thicker classic black frames, and that go through, like they can either look like mine actually here and have like more metal frame and very circular, as opposed to that sort of like square that covers up more of the face. So for mine specifically, you can actually see more of my face than other Men in Black.
Huh. Okay. Eric, yours is the SIM card from that first phone. It's a universal SIM card, even though it's not. Explain that to us.
It's the universal SIM card from the phone that I got from these guys. I imagine it looks like chrome black. It's just it even though it looks large, perhaps in between your fingers, like it adjusts and changes to fit whatever it is that you plug it into. Like it just depends on what it is that you're trying to interface with, basically.
Okay. And Sean, yours, do you want it to be from Hicks, Hudson, or Vasquez?
Hudson. You know you want it from Hudson.
No, Hudson's a terrible person.
Right, that's why it's funnier.
I want it from Hicks because he was the first to go.
Oh dang!
He was the most courageous.
His
You managed to recover
his
Sorry,
rank
go ahead.
badge.
His what?
Sorry, I was
That's
just
what it was gonna
the
be.
initial thought was the rank badge, like you know,
Okay.
like you have it on the side of your uniform or whatever. Like you grabbed onto him to like, no, you don't gotta go, and he's like, fuck it, and that's when he pulled his grenades and charged into the throng, and that the only thing that came out of his uniform was the rank badge that you have.
Okay, cool.
Still blood soaked, dude. If you ever clean it off, it stops working.
Keep it dirty.
I've actually got it like laminated.
Interesting memento.
Oh yeah, I guess. I should
Okay.
write it down.
Hold on 1 second. Yes, you
So,
should
yeah.
put those on your sheets while you're waiting on me.
Where's my sheet?
And you said these interact with our primary sphere
Correct.
by doing what again?
Specialized, personalized tools. You have to use tools to cast any spells because you don't cast spells.
Okay. But they don't add like a bonus or anything?
They do, but we'll get to that when it's built into the spell card.
Got it.
On the spell card, it has a spot for personalized tool. Okay, there we go. Welcome to Detroit, as you can see on my background.
Oh, nice.
This is the year 2028. As you remember from our just brief discussion of history, things are slightly different in this world, especially after the Technocracy not known to your characters nuked the Indian subcontinent close to the turn of the century.
Oh
In
fuck.
the first decade of the century. That, of course, was blamed on Pakistan. So, of course, that ignited nuclear war, which caused a pretty massive shifted power across that part of the world. The world's first actual nuclear exchange led to a jump in technology and led to several existing capitalist status quos, yeah, we'll call it that, and being reorganized into their new form, where a whole bunch of ripples went through the Middle East and even into parts of Eastern Europe as a result of what happened in India and Pakistan, obviously. It had a major effect on China, too. And most of those governments became much more insular and much more aggressive. The corporation responded in kind by not leaving the area, but simply by reorganizing into having more autonomy and private armies to protect themselves in those regions. As far as the United States is concerned, the whole country slipped even farther right towards nationalism, and most of the world, of course, followed suit. Not full fascist, but closer than we are now, which is free. The current president now is neither Republican or Democrat. It's a whole new party. You don't keep up anymore. America's had 6 or 7 parties in the last couple decades come and go when it became obvious that the Republicans and Democrats were no longer useful. But Detroit itself, with all of its factories and automation facilities, even though the auto industry never really recovered, lots of other industries that required automation of large slave vehicles did. So this city has seen a massive regrowth. It is a technocracy stronghold and a bastion against the traditions here.
Where are we now? Oh, it's just Detroit.
Detroit.
Detroit has become like the hotbed of the technocracy?
No, it's just one city controlled by them.
Oh, okay.
It is an especially fortified bastion. The conditions are super weak in this particular city, as far as you know. 57. You've been here for several years, working in R&D. Smith. You're not Smith. John. You have been here. You don't know. You don't really pay attention. You've been here a while.
Doesn't matter.
And that's correct. You fell in with the faction of Ali Batin for a while there, Walter. It's a mage faction. They actually have a presence in this city, but one of their natural abilities is not being noticed. It's Technocracy. They slide under the radar. But you didn't.
Nice.
You got caught. You got caught trying to pull a scam on a corporation in downtown, and they were like, work for us, or we'll send you to Mecca for reconditioning. You don't feel like going to mage prison. You're working with them. You've heard bad things about Mecca.
Yeah, no. I'd rather not.
Stantz, you were sent
Yes.
here after you recovered because they need to find you a new squad, and the Pan-Dimensional Corps that deals with threats to the front lines. The front lines are what Earth is called.
Mm-hmm.
Threats from other dimensions excursioning into Earth are dealt with by that Corps. You have a lot of experience with pan-dimensional entities, so you were sent to work under that auspice until they could get you a new squad and put you back in the fleet.
Okay.
Could be months, could be years. You got to keep you busy. Squads are very personalized in Technocracy. Especially since once they have a squad ready, they can just send you back in time, even if it takes 10 years. You were all reassigned to Detroit, specifically to work as a new mixed convention amalgam for the Panopticon. This is an upgrade, this is a rank up, this is a promotion for all of you. Working for the Panopticon basically makes you double O's in the world, in the Technocracy world.
Mhm.
So you're expected to report here for your first assignment, which is basically like a double O's first assassination. First assignment is almost always a suicide mission. Survive, then you earn your place. Don't survive, someone else can do the job for you. You don't know what your job is. You don't know what the job's going to be. You haven't met each other. You have not met your new supervisor. Those of you that have been here for a while have worked in the Construct. But it's a huge place, and you worked in different areas than where you're about to be now. The Construct itself, which is a fancy word for Magic Home Base, is the high rise that's behind me. If I move, you can see it. The really tall one, it's like there's 3 of them and it's like a middle finger. That's you.
Okay.
That's the high rise. When you go into the high rise, though, you have special access cards. When you use the executive elevator, it takes you down instead of up. It takes you down into Deep Dark, the Detroit enhanced and ethical paradigm dissemination and ratification construct. An underground facility, acronym Deep Dark. The skyscraper itself is owned by a shell corporation of the Syndicate. The building is full of civilian workers. A hyperscience key gets you down into Deep Dark. This is your first time arriving. This is your first time arriving into Deep Dark itself. Up to now, you've worked in other offices of the Technocracy within the city. So, you're supposed to be there at 7:30 a.m. sharp. Is anyone late?
Oh.
Excuse you, Walter, if you want to be.
I am not late.
Stantz
Late is
Seeger.
bad, but it doesn't mean you can't.
Stantz Seeger is slightly late.
He's
Fine, slightly.
Walter's always late because he doesn't give a shit. And he doesn't dress up to go to work either. He just comes in, he's got like a, you know, like a green jacket or something on, jeans and shit, and, you know, whatever. He's smoking his cigarettes. Am I in the
Define
right
late,
place?
Stance. Slightly late.
Like 5 to 10 minutes late.
Okay. What about you, Smith? John, are you perfectly on time or early?
He was there before anybody else was there staring at the door.
Definitely, yeah, 15 minutes early, standing there and then walking and stepping in at exactly the second it strikes the time to be there.
What about you, wow, words. 57? Early or
57.
perfectly on time?
Perfectly on time.
Perfectly on time.
To the second. I have a watch that indicates even the nanoseconds.
So you walk in, and so you stand there for 15 minutes, John. No expression, no change of your outward appearance, but you're like, am I the only one? Am I a solo agent? Because no one shows up until right as you're stepping inside, when suddenly 57 is next to you stepping in. And you look at each other. You look at each other, and before you have time to say anything, Sarge comes stumbling in, humping and panting. Shit, I'm almost late.
Wait,
No, you are late.
You all look at each other, and you all pull out your badges. John, you swipe yours first, and 1 little quarter of the light pops on. And when the other 2 of you swipe your badges, 2 more quarters pop on. And the other quarter just sits there staring at you, and you're staring at each other, and you're staring at it. A very long, awkward 2 minutes pass. Just about the time one of you, probably Sarge, is going to say something, Walter comes ambling in, clearly not a technocrat. Clearly a reality deviant. You can smell it on him. Looks at all of you. What's up? Swipes his badge. And the elevator starts going down. Describe yourselves to
Actually,
each
I
other
would
in
wait.
a very awkward elevator. You first,
Actually, if
John.
I could make one
Yes, go
retcon,
ahead. Make any change you want. Yes.
he would come in and wait for one of them to swipe the badge because he's just like, do any of you have the badge to get into this place? I think I sold mine to some jackwag.
You do need your badge.
Either I forgot it or I sold it. What does it matter?
Do you not respect the technocracy?
Pays the bills, am I right? And he goes,
outside
"No,
asset. Good to soak up bullets.
That's
It'll be
rude.
useful.
That's actually kind of rude. Okay. Cool. Swipes the badge.
Thanks. He just walks in.
All right, John. Describe yourself to them in your new modern form, not from your flashback.
John looks shockingly like what was described before. Perfectly average in pretty much every way. Average height, average build. Nondescript, yeah. If you try to describe him, you almost forget him completely, except for he is completely bald. You can't quite tell because of the way the glasses are, but he would also have no eyebrows. And he has these very thin but bright red lips.
57.
57 can alternate their face structure and body structure at will, varying between the basic same, except between male, female, and androgynous. Here's about what I have styled here, and silver eyes. So they will let you know when they change gender because they have different names for each.
For reference, for you know who's looking up and down, what are your heights, John, in 57?
You know, I actually had that planned out.
5'10".
Okay.
I think mine was. Let me see if it's actually in my details. Actually, 5'7".
Okay. You're next, Sarge.
So,
I was off by an inch. 5'9" is the average American male height.
So Stantz Tiger often is, because he's always in like weird suits and stuff, takes every opportunity to wear like the official Technocracy like dress down uniform or sweats or workout clothes.
Civvies.
Yeah, he wears some, like he loves wearing civvies because he's always in some stupid suit or testing out some garbage cybernetic. So speaking of which, he actually does have several cybernetics on him because he's been blown to shit many a time. This is just after me like waking up or whatever, right?
Within a few weeks. It has not been long. Most of your time has been spent in physical therapy.
He grew hospital beard and then really liked it, so then he trimmed it, and so he's got like the nicely trimmed like beard. His hair's like cut real short. Yeah. He just looks like a dude.
For reference, the dress down uniform is actually very, very form-fitting, but not showing your bulge off. Pants and shirt.
Boo!
And,
give him the full gray sweatpants.
No,
Really?
They're form-fitting. They're very stylish. They're black with silver stripes, and they're air conditioned, as in they pull all the heat out of your body and expel it from the suit. So you wear average room temperature at all times.
That's the only reason he wears it. Otherwise, that sounds really uncomfortable. Sounds like
Walter,
the skin suit he has to
Show
wear
us
to jump
the
into his
bulge.
armor. You know what? Just for
Oh,
you,
no.
Steve, he's got a bulge.
That's because
It's
you
a
said
cybernetic
you wear the workout
bulge.
uniform, which is Under Armour.
I was thinking more like
There is a
gray
tracksuit.
sweats.
You could also wear the tracksuit.
You know what? I'm going tracksuit.
Bro
Tracksuit is
tracksuit.
exactly how you're picturing it in your head. It's a cyberpunk tracksuit.
All right, I'm wearing a cyberpunk tracksuit. Because
Walter
skin
just-
suits
Walter
suck.
just looks at him like, "You sure in the right place, Chief?"
Yeah. Well, probably.
Walter's
think
baby
we
face,
broke
long
Sarah.
dark hair, wears casual clothes, you know, nothing spectacular, you know, got a black tank top or shirt, jeans and a jacket. Wears like leather boots and stuff. He seems somewhat tall, like maybe 5'8", 5'9", a little wiry, not too much though. That's really it. Looks like Zach McLaren.
For those of you
Oh,
who are
sorry,
curious, to break Sarah even more, cyberpunk tracksuit means it's just a tracksuit like a Russian mobster wears, except the stripes are neon and will change color.
Naturally.
Yes. 1,000 times yes.
I think the rave was that way. Rave's over there, pal.
No, I'm supposed to be here, I think.
If you have a struggle
elevator.
putting them on, is it the Battle of the Bulge?
Oh God.
Speaking of bulges, Walter just checks everybody out. Like here, they're in the elevator, awkwardly waiting for the thing to open or whatever, and he's just like,
You all have some ranks in awareness. You can all sense the hyper science / magic ups over here. You have a minute to roleplay because the deep dive is quite a ways under the main skyscraper. It's a 3-minute elevator ride and it's going fast.
I don't mind if I smoke, right?
I don't think that's allowed in here.
I
But
don't have a filter installed.
I just got eaten
Maybe you
by
oughta?
space aliens, so I mean that was fun. How about you?
Space
How long have you
aliens.
Aliens?
Yeah, they were class 5 xenomorphs with a level 22 challenge rating queen mother that is the size of a planet. I think we call them planet queens. Planet
Sure, they
queens.
were, partner. Sure.
Do you have any samples?
You ever been to the Umbral before?
That's a pretty
No.
common reaction for the Void Engineers, by the way, is other technocrats looking at you with blank stares like, okay.
Yeah, I kind of figured that.
No, really, they were like tentacles. It was like tentacles. They were
Weird
purple and
shapes.
pink.
I know.
Yeah,
Do you
I've seen them.
have any samples?
I've seen them too. Yeah.
I think there might still be one stuck in my gut somewhere, but I'd rather not. Cut
I
it
would
open.
gladly operate.
Nope. Not gonna happen.
But I'm an
So what you're
expert.
saying is they left a piece of themselves inside of you.
Everybody leaves a piece inside of me.
I could install
Awkward
one.
silence descends on the elevator. John's over here trying not to break character.
So you like being penetrated?
What?
Kind of winks
No.
at him like,
I'm usually exploded. You know.
I can penetrate or do the penetrating.
You have tentacles?
No, I can change my devices.
is that what you call him? He like looks her up and down.
Yes.
Cool. Cool.
John's stance, posture, positioning, and his forward stare has not shifted or changed once during all of this.
Who's Sergeant Mayonnaise over here? Who's this guy?
Walter has been smoking his cigarette for like a minute, but none of you can smell it because filters are just sucking it all out.
Actually, Sergeant Mayonnaise died on Paxilon 9. He was a good soldier. Very pale in complexion.
Mayonnaise is a condiment. Yes.
Right. It was a really
Sure.
unfortunate surname.
And he kind of like puts his hand in between like this guy. Like, are you alive? Is he dead or?
He's alive. He's just fine. He's one of those men in black, as it were.
Oh, life of the
You look
party,
at him
was,
really
right?
close.
I'm having trouble seeing his spirit.
Do you
I
look at him real
love them.
close,
They're
Walter?
the greatest models.
Blow some smoke over him, and then I look closely.
When he leans in really close,
You go ahead and do your thing, then I'll tell
sorry.
him.
when he leans in really close and he's like doing that whole thing. Hello.
Whoa. Never do that again.
Aren't
Whatever
they
you just
When he
did,
delightful?
does,
Don't do that.
and when he does, Walter, you realize a few things. He's wearing makeup because his skin isn't white. It's some other color. You don't know what. But you can tell because of the shine. And the red on his lips is lipstick because he doesn't have lips or teeth.
That's disturbing.
I'm
I
actually
think they're
like
delightful.
upon
I
close
never thought I would
inspection.
be offended for white people for whiteface.
Yeah, upon like really
Nice.
close inspection, I am weird as hell looking. Like it's eerie. Like it's kind of disturbing.
Interesting look, partner.
If
It
you're ever
gets the job
curious,
done.
you should look up the original Men in Black stories from the real world. What they look like in the 50s. That's him. Real
Yeah,
weird.
I'm going off of those like original accounts of what these guys look like.
They
So
are
that- and that
severely
means-
fascinating.
And that means completely
Yes.
bald, hairless everywhere, not a single strand of hair. And yes, no facial features. If you were to ever see behind the glasses, the eyes are just completely dead. No lips. Unearthly color skin with like makeup like caked over to make myself look like a real person, basically.
What
Could
the hell?
engineer you some proper skin, and then you could blend in a little better. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Actually, the color of his skin is actually an indescribable color that has never been named.
But you'll try.
Just a random fact I know about Men in Black.
The elevator
Okay.
finally dings, and a soft British accented female voice says, "Arriving at deep dive, please prepare for pat down." And the door opens to a chrome steel hallway where the walls are just glowing with light even though there are no lights. There's no seams in the wall, the ceilings, or the floor. It's just chrome, and it's lit from behind. And it's wide enough, exactly wide enough to walk two abreast, touching shoulders. And at the end of the hallway is a guard station with 3 more Johns standing there.
He automatically
Except
holds his
these
hands
Johns
up like
look more
this because he's already used to it.
I can tell the difference because if you look at the back of the neck, there's a barcode, and ours has a specific slender line at the very end of the barcode. If you actually paid attention, you would notice.
He assumes the position because he's used to getting like searched all the time wherever he goes. He's like, okay, here we
The
go.
Johns at
What
the
are
end
you
of the
doing?
hallway look at you, Walter, and they're like, "Step forward first, sir, because you're at the wrong end of the hallway."
Oh, okay. I just
You all walk
assumed.
up. You all walk up, and John just keeps walking and walks right past them. They look at each other.
I was gonna say, yeah,
The
can I,
rest,
I'll
of you,
just
the rest
like
of you get immediately stopped.
I'm
Here
a
we go.
faithful technocrat. What? Why am I being stopped? I'm 57.
can I
You look
I
good
can
for your age.
can I mentally communicate with other men in black like easily?
Yes.
No, no,
Without any
57's
dice
my name.
rolls. In the construct, you can do a lot of things you couldn't do out there in the city. The consensus in here is pure technocracy. There is no vulgar magic, unless Walter casts a spell. If you cast a spell in here, Walter, immediate paradox.
Oh shit.
I want to tell the 2 other MIBs doing the pat downs for the what's the word we would use for Eric's character?
Reality deviant.
Indigenous? Oh,
RD.
Yeah, watch out for the deviant.
Give the RD the rundown.
They look at you, 57, and they run a scanner up and down you, and they wave you through. And they run a scanner up and up you, Sarge, and it beeps like 13 times. And you stop and they look at it, and they pull out a PDA and they start scanning through the PDA. And one of them actually looks at you and arches an eyebrow and says, "Wow." And then they wave you through. And then they stop, and all 3 of them give the RD pat down.
Oh,
The
here
full
we
pat
go.
down. The pulled out of line at the airport pat down.
This is what happens.
You should really do something about your security here. You know, I didn't even need a badge. If you need to know, they let me in.
Correction,
They pull
I
out-
did not let you in.
Yeah. Do you really need to do that? Like, he's with us.
By the time they're done with the pat down, you know those little buckets they have at the airport for your stuff? It is full. There's coins and wallets and credit cards and like 3 different kinds of cigarettes, 2 cigars, 16
Those
lighters,
are all mine, by the
3
way.
cell
Those are my
phones.
smokes.
The original badge that the Technocracy gave him and 2 cheap copies he tried to make. A couple
Oh
knives.
shit, that's where that went to. Forgot
That's
I was
in
even
these
there.
pants? Holy crap.
You're finally allowed through, Walter. Told you can pick up your stuff
All right.
on the way out.
Done with the
They let you have your important cell phone
Colonoscopy?
back, but not the rest. So, as you head around the corner, the hallway widens out immediately into a large open area where people are walking back and forth, talking to each other, business casual, carrying coffee. Just look like a very large, busy business office building. There's a large, giant picture window with the Detroit skyline, even though you're underground. It's obviously big. And the hallway is stretching out in every direction. And there's a little sign on the wall that shows a picture of Deep Dive. And it's a big square with like tubes going off in all directions leading to smaller squares. This place is massive. probably about a square mile of underground facility.
Awesome. I will make a
stare at it
beeline.
for a minute.
Well, I was gonna say I will make a beeline, showing no emotion in regard to any of that, to wherever it is we're supposed to go. No deviations,
Yes.
no trip to the break room, no, just
The
much do you
architecture
have in
is
correspondence again?
incredible.
me.
Yeah.
2.
Anybody got more than 2? I don't think so.
Of what?
Of data?
Correspondence or data? Yeah. Either one.
I have 2 in data.
Both of you immediately figure out where it is you need to go and the fastest way to get there. The other 2 are just like,
I
left.
follow these guys.
I actually wandered because
You're already
shit's
late.
cool.
Remember? You can if you
Fine.
want to, though.
yeah, I wander.
I
I'm
follow the
fascinated by
tracksuit
shit.
guy and the Terminator.
Okay. Terminator veers off after a minute. Tracksuit guy stops and stares at the fake window.
Then we gotta go this way.
Huh? Oh, right.
57's looking
Tracksuit guy
all
touches
around.
the fake window and the whole thing goes.
Sweet.
It's like
57's looking all around, admiring all the architecture and the technology, and then they realize that they're being left behind, and they're like, "Oh wait!"
You're
and hopping to follow behind.
you're a captain, right, Sean?
no, I'm
Sergeant.
a sergeant. Yeah.
Sergeant.
He's whatever the highest sergeant rank is, I forget.
Sergeant. Perhaps any deviations at this point would be ill-advised in regards to staying mutual to our assignment.
Yeah, but this shit's cool.
We will be given ample time to familiarize ourselves.
Yeah, whatever.
Some guy talking on his cell phone and walking right towards you, paying no attention. Before either of you have time to react, he walks right through you and you realize it's a hologram.
That was awesome.
Neat trick.
But incredible programming. Wait, but why is there even a hologram of a human?
Level
Excuse
2
me,
quantum
sir?
phase.
Do you run up and try to stop the said person?
Yes.
He stops and he turns and says, "Hold on, somebody's trying to talk to me. Can I help you?"
You're a hologram right now, right?
Yes.
What's your purpose?
I don't understand the question.
Are you taking the place of a physical being that's supposed to be here? Are you here to
Oh,
enrich
I
the
understand.
environment?
No. Just a really busy week, and he flips the cell phone over, and you see, he pushes a button, and you see the person he's talking to. There's 6 more of him in 6 other places, all on the view screen, doing different things, looking at each other.
Incredible.
Can I
He
step
points
back
to the
to
one in the middle
57?
and says, "That's the original, I think." And he keeps walking.
Wouldn't you want a flesh interface? I can make one. Okay.
Can I step back to 57, seeing
Yes.
them do this? Doctor, I assume?
Yes.
Yes. As we are already late and perhaps no longer mutual to our assignment, perhaps we should not bring other people into our same status. Let's not bother anybody until we get where we're going.
You're absolutely
Husky
correct.
comes
I
walking by.
apologize.
Husky comes walking by, pushes between the 2 of you, and says, "Hey, don't block the hallway." He keeps going.
Like a dog?
I could create that.
Doctor,
Would anyone like a husky interface?
I've never seen a talking dog before.
Doctor, Sergeant, shall we?
Oh, yes, my apologies. I will restrain myself. I can always explore later. There's so many opportunities here.
You
I
head
will try
deeper
my
into-
Please,
best to
someone
keep
let me make
everybody-
you a husky interface.
I will try my best to keep everybody on track and get there as quick as possible. I'm not
head deeper into the
overbearing.
deep
I'm
dive.
not. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. I didn't know you were still going. Continue.
Oh, no, I was gonna say I'm not gonna be like overbearing or like scoldful or anything. Like always try to like appeal to them and whatever I think is the way that we get through to them the easiest. So
You pass like 16 more incredible sights than you have to stop them from being derailed by. And eventually, you come pretty deep into the deep dive, and by now, there's no one in the hallways but you. And this is a wide hallway, and there's conference rooms on the left and right that are massive, and one at the end of the hall that's massive. The doorway to each conference room are 2 very large individuals. They're 7 feet tall. They're pure muscle, and instead of arms and legs, they have cybernetic prosthesis for the legs, and their arms are just guns. And like their eyes are just metal. They're not even bothered to hide it. Full cybernetic
Make
organisms
that.
in the construct.
A little bit too much, don't you think?
No,
Yeah.
not at all. It just needs a little bit of flesh interface to make it a little more friendly to human beings. Speaking of interfaces, I could create a cephalopod, in specific an octopus. They're the smartest of interfaces, and they can manipulate various objects and open doors. Wouldn't that be amazing?
No, it has tentacles. I would have to shoot it.
it.
You
A
stop
little
at
bit
the
is
conference
okay.
room that
That much,
and one of
too much.
you
In
stop
fact,
at
you
the
probably
one of
need
the
a
three
level
that
5
you're supposed to be
deatomizer.
going to, and one of the cyborgs looks at you and says in Ed 209's voice, "Authorization, please."
Hold up my badge.
He scans it, looks at the rest of you. You have 5 seconds to comply. The other one lifts his gun arms.
57, and they lift their badge really fast.
Oh, I didn't know that it was this type of thing.
Walter.
You show your badge, Walter.
I try. I'm like, fuck. Did I put it now? Fucking shit.
2 seconds to comply.
Back from the pat down, I will say back right pocket, Walter, without even looking at him.
You show him yours, Sarge, without issue.
Yeah, just like, okay, weird.
Gun Arms puts his arms down, and they immediately return to frozen statue pose, and the door opens. And it's a giant conference room, and there's 4 seats at the close end, 1 and 2 on each side for you, with coffee and donuts, and croissants.
If it goes good with cigarettes, he goes over to make
And
himself a
all
cup
the
of
way
coffee.
at the other end of the table, which can hold 30 people, it's just one guy. And he looks basically just like me. And he says, "Welcome. Sit down, we have much to cover. I'm Catalyst.
cool.
Does
I
it go
will
in
be your
shades?
supervisor. I'm Catalyst, I will be your supervisor during your time at the construct."
I will sit right down.
I'll also take a seat.
He just leans on the wall and just like, you know.
Do you partake of the food?
Sure, thanks for the coffee.
Donuts and coffee? Hell yeah.
I drink the coffee, but I'm confused by the donuts because they're pleasure food.
There's also croissants, which is just bread.
Good butter.
But also
Is there jam?
taste.
Most food.
I take
Butter
it
and
just
jam
bread.
and cream cheese, and yes.
Oh shit.
Very plain,
So, like-
just bread. Black coffee, no sweetener.
The sergeant just like sort of peels open a croissant just ever so slightly and just starts stuffing all of the jam possible inside it and eating it.
What are you doing
like it.
to the croissant?
High calorie intake.
He's fucking his food. Leave him alone.
I eat and
What about
drink
you,
nothing.
John?
No, nothing.
Everyone except John, +1 stamina for the rest of this day.
+1 stamina. Oh shit.
+1 temporary stamina for 24 hours.
Cool. Wow, I have
Drink
like
the
more.
coffee for the
I'm wired.
energy. It doesn't need sugar or cream or anything,
Exactly.
and the croissant is just, you know, something to fill the stomach. It doesn't need all this extra.
Takes a sip. He's
Stuff?
like,
It's
this is
great.
good coffee.
You should have one.
I wouldn't know what to do with all of
Oh,
that. Oh, that's just.
there's like a little bit of jam just hanging off his. Delicious.
You're an inefficient eater.
Void engineers.
He gives you 5 minutes to consume, to masticate. And when you're done,
Do we have any files
says-
like set up for us or anything
No.
document wise? No. Then I will sit.
just this, yep.
I will sit, fingers just kind of folded on the table, staring directly ahead, not at what was his name? I'm sorry.
Your new supervisor, Catalyst.
Yeah, it's Catalyst. I'm not staring at Catalyst, just like straight ahead at the table at this chair across from me.
Catalyst says,
Sir, what do you do?
Catalyst says, "Welcome to Deep Dive. And he flicks his hand, and a three-dimensional overlay pops out of the table and spins around, and he starts messing with it, pulling things out, and the light follows his fingers. And then the wall behind him turns into a view screen, and Catalyst sits down facing you, much like John, staring right down the middle of the table, not to the left or right where you are. And on the view screen, a room pops up. It's a nondescript, heavily shadowed, round table, and you can see three people that you can just see the outlines of. Like, they're completely blacked out, and it's just the outlines. And behind them is just a wall of screens. Just like hundreds of screens showing everything all over the place.
I could use this in surgeries.
All three of the voices say in unison, in an unable to be determined gender unison. Welcome to Deep Dive, agents. And Catalyst says, meet control. They're clearly waiting for a reply.
Control of what?
You would know what control is. Control is the Panopticon.
Oh.
It's a giant space station that wraps around the planet that nobody can see.
Or
Thank you for this opportunity. We hope to remain mutual. What is our assignment?
It's an honor to meet you.
Hi.
Ah, yes, the Deviant. Make sure you maintain your status as a valuable asset, or else you will have to be reconditioned.
do we
Oh,
really have
okay.
to call him that? I mean, that seems rude.
Okay,
Makes
people
sense.
are already used to it.
He's a deviant.
You know it's
We do not care what designation you use to refer to your asset as, or each other, as long as you stay on task and on mission at all times. Understand, we are the Panopticon, and we see everything.
Everything?
Everything?
Everything. Please return the jam package to the table, Sergeant.
Have you seen all of the surgeries that
He
I've
pulls
done?
like a couple out of his pockets and puts them back.
Yes, and we are quite impressed.
With me?
You have a bright future ahead of you, 57.
Thank you.
They start, talking about surgeries, ones you did in private. They mention something each of you has done when no one else was around and you were nowhere near a camera.
I'm so honored to be watched 24/7 by the most amazing technocrats in the whole world. Outside of the world, even.
Actually, that's
Okay,
an
big
invasion of
brother.
privacy, but I mean,
Who cares? It's the Technocracy. They can do what they wish, and someday I'll be part of it.
Privacy is not mutual.
Until you're not.
cool.
To answer your question, Agent John, your assignment is as follows. In order to join the ranks of Panopticon agents and attain your status as Enlightened Agent Rank 2, you are to head to the Hiawatha National Forests in the Upper Peninsula of this state. I lost my notes, hold on. Sunglasses
been
made me hit the
there.
wrong button.
IRL.
You're heading to Aw Train, which is centrally located in Alger County. When you are there, you're going to follow up on rumors we have heard about a pack of Therianthropes. Your mission is to disable, capture, and retrieve one Therianthrope and escape with all 4 members of your squad mostly intact.
Can I keep one?
You are to bring one back.
But can
When
I
we
keep
are done
one personal?
experimenting on it, you can have what's left.
Oh, but I prefer one living.
Yeah, there's
Especially a
usually nothing
small
left.
one. I can train
It's
it.
up to you if you disable 2. We would be mightily impressed if you did.
I hope for a smaller one so I can train it properly to respect me as it grows older.
Stereotrope.
A Therianthrope.
Therianthropic entity, that is correct.
They're really
It's,
they're
Images
Reality
start popping up
deviants.
on the screen, and it's a dude. And then, the dude, it's like a 3-dimensional picture of a dude. Picture spins around, showing you it's just a dude. And then the dude's body starts ripping itself apart, and it turns into a 9-foot-tall hulking monster with massive claws. And the dude spins to face 2 Technocracy cybernetic organisms, and it moves like a vampire in a Hollywood movie with blurring speed. And by the time it's done, both of the cybernetic organisms are just wrecked. And a third one starts pumping ammo into its back from a minigun, and it knocks the creature forward, and it slides across the ground, and it stands up, turns around as the bullet starts popping out of its back, and it roars and leaps at it. And the camera cuts.
Colloquially?
Therianthropic entity.
Gonna need
Not a
really
werewolf.
big guns.
What? Is that a werewolf?
Exactly, Deviant. It's a werewolf. You're correct.
We do not use reality deviant terminology within the construct. Werewolf is a
sorry, I
creature of
was-
mythology.
Whatever you want.
They're talking to Walter, not you, so you're okay, 57. Therianthropic entities. Werewolves are creatures of mythology. A therianthropic entity is merely an aberration that science can wipe from the face of the planet. They are not mutual.
Yeah, speaking of that, I'm
Sure.
gonna need the biggest guns. Like,
They're also not all
the
wolves.
biggest.
I don't think that we should exterminate them. It would be more precise to put them in zoos where other technocrats can learn from their biology, their habits.
You don't
They're-
always need guns to get rid of werewolves.
I mean,
Do not fail in your mission if you wish to join our ranks. Good luck, agents. And the screen shuts off and it's just a wall again.
I was here to
And
get
then their
paid.
voice
Why am I
comes-
giving a job here?
Their voice comes over the speaker again and says, "Remember, we're always watching."
Walter thought he was coming here to get paid for information rendered services and shit, and it's like, you have an assignment. It's like, what? Oh, shit.
Preservation. We could save them and study them and learn from them and keep them captive.
that's.
We're not going to
actually-
do that by shooting him.
I mean, that's kind
We'll
of.
talk to his
Catalyst.
spirit.
Catalyst stands up then and puts his hands behind his back and says, "You've been chosen for your unique capabilities in dealing with such entities. Sergeant, you are here because these are extra-dimensional entities and can incur back and forth between realities. John, you are here because there will be civilians to deal with and you can calm the situation. Walter, you are here because perhaps you can deal with them as you are much like them. They're closer to your kind than ours.
Fair.
And 57, you are here to study the biology and put your teams back together."
So is it,
Second part sounds.
He looks at, before you say anything,
Fun.
Sarge, he looks at you, Walter, and says, "And also, Walter, as long as you are on active mission or between mission but still on active duty with us as the Technocracy, and you are in good standing, and being mutual." And little compartment pops open in front of you on the table. "This will have an unlimited balance. It's an American Express black card."
Oh, yoink.
I could use one of those for equipment.
Thanks,
Is this-
boss.
is this thing a dude that has a thing in it, or is it just the dude that is the
Ooh,
thing?
Catalyst?
No, the Theron.
Oh.
The Theron trope.
It's a werewolf.
The Therianthropic entity is a shapeshifter. It can shift between human form, something much like a Neanderthal, the hybrid war form, a wolf, and a very large wolf that can outrun a car at going 70 miles an hour.
So it's a dude
Shit.
that changes into
They
a
can be
wolf.
men or women, yes. Sex does not matter. Also, they're not
Well-
all wolves. We have also encountered spiders, and cats, and sharks, and bears. I know there's more.
Lions and tigers?
So
Ravens.
does it have tentacles?
No,
No.
unless it's an
Drifters.
octopus.
Oh, those is gonna be.
They
boring.
would, much like you, destroy anything with tentacles. They fancy themselves protectors of nature and of the ancient ways. You know,
Oh, cool. So we can befriend it.
they would drag us all back into the Dark Ages and cull humans like sheep to keep their numbers down.
What?
No, Sergeant. We cannot befriend. We will we will apprehend, capture, and return one. Exterminate any others that happen to get in our way. That
No,
is the
please.
assignment.
If
Like
we
the
can
citizen.
collect more than one, I really think that we should preserve them so they can be studied properly and so that other technocrats can learn from them. They have,
57.
as far as I'm aware, very, very intricate hierarchical societies, and they have you seen the mechanics of how they become human to wolf and human to warform? It's incredible. We could put them in an enclosure and we could keep them and feed them, and we could learn so much.
57.
They're
I believe that
shifters,
we will
they're
be
not
assigned
animals.
the appropriate amount to collect and study.
Yeah. So you want to take
Your
a
mission is
human
to
that can
collect
turn
one,
into
disable
wolf.
it, and bring it back with you. We do not care
But
what
it-
you do with the rest.
They're not humans. They're therianthropes. They're not humans.
Now, yeah, when you
whatsoever.
say that, Sarge, Catalyst chokes like you said, something hilarious. And it's like, no, they are far from humans. Humans are mutual. These are monsters. Monsters that should not exist. Much like dragons.
They are monsters, but we can learn so much.
What the iteration does with them after you bring back the survivor is not my concern. That's up to you and your people. Your mission is to bring one back alive.
That's what we'll do.
Just
More
let me
than
talk
one.
to him. I'll
Talk to
keep it
them.
mutual, like you said.
Who talks to a therianthrope? They're merely animals with people skins.
I'm gonna talk to them. I'm gonna talk to their spirit.
They're what?
Don't worry about it.
If there are no
Can
further
someone explain that
questions,
word?
if there are no further questions, I believe 57. He means they're ghosts. I don't know why they'd have ghosts while they were alive. But anyways, if you have no other questions, please head down to requisitions to pick up your gear and equipment to be assigned for the mission. Bring it back in good working order.
I'm gonna need some more smokes.
I would like to start accessing databanks behind my glasses.
Okay.
I want any current info. I know obviously we're going to try to capture one so that we can study and get more information, but I want any current readouts and information we have about these creatures, specifically physical weaknesses to any sort of chemical or natural existing component. Something that I can load up in my hand that might come in useful for subduing or sedating.
No.
Nothing.
They have a weakness to silver. Don't make them mad. It makes them powerful.
Weakness to silver.
That's perfect. I have silver components inside of my body. That works out
But you can't.
perfectly.
Sorry. But you can't make liquid silver for your injector. You can't keep it in that state. It would harden.
Okay. All right.
That's
That was
the
gonna be my
problem.
next question.
You could try drugs, but there's no guarantee any of them would work. There's found no conclusive evidence that the drug will work all the time against these creatures.
Is there any
I'm
way to
sure
look
I
up,
could create one.
like, the Sergeant is used to exploding evil things that are trying to devour the universe.
Right?
Is there any way to research, like, are these just kind of groovy dudes trying to hang out and do their thing?
No,
Every-
they're endangered species, Sergeant.
Didn't ask you, creepy doctor.
Every report you can find in the Technocratic database
They're
is a
werewolf
violent
monsters.
encounter. Every time they pop up on the Technocratic radar, they're rampaging and killing civilians or Technocrats or other monsters of the night.
Huh.
The only time the Technocrats ever notice them are when they're causing destruction.
Okay. Interesting.
Sometimes they're even killing each other, which the Technocracy doesn't look too deeply into, because who cares?
Okay.
You head down to requisitions?
Sure.
Yes.
That's the best part.
At requisitions, which is like a giant Q lab, you are given the following. Your choice of guns. As many as you want. Doesn't matter. Also, your choice of mundane equipment. Again, doesn't matter. And a sweet ride you're all going to share, which we'll get to in a minute. You're also given one clip each for the gun of your choice of therianthropic disruption rounds. The bullet is tipped with a plastic casing, disintegrates on impact, and a liquidized silver compound enters the wound, splatters against the targets. One clip each for your preferred gun. 15 rounds for handguns, 30 for machine guns, or 8 slugs for automatic shotguns.
What about a class 9
We'll
deatomizer?
get to you in a minute. Write down your preferred gun of those 3 categories, and then you have that ammo. You have unlimited mundane ammo. So if you want a riot shotgun, pick that. If you want an assault rifle, pick that. If you just want a really big handgun, pick that.
Yeah, definitely going for that Desert Eagle.
Okay. And 15 rounds
A
of
silver knife,
bullets.
or something like that.
They can, in fact, provide you with the silver knife. They just kind of chuckle at you and say, "Good luck if you get that close."
Put it right on my belt.
And of course, this is the Technocracy, so you know. It's a Marine freaking combat knife.
Yeah, I like it.
Which do you want, 57? Handgun, assault rifle, or shotgun?
I'll take a shotty.
I don't think
Okay.
57 could handle a shotgun, so probably something small, like a handgun.
Okay.
Also, so you said that I couldn't have silver in a syringe. However, what if I had nanoparticles of silver in some sort of carrier liquid?
You would require requisitions or special weapons for that. Which means you'd need the background or ask someone with the background to try to get that for you.
Yeah,
That's
this is
not
where
coming
we
with
roll our contacts and
Mhm.
use the requisition points to acquire stuff.
Correct. They're not going to give that to you as part of the standard package, but you might still be able to get cool stuff like that.
What can I get?
But do
with
write down that you have
requisitions
15
too?
silver
Like how?
bullets, Sarah.
15 silver. Okay.
But we'll do the requisitions once we get past the normal gear, because you're not done yet. Sarge, they hand you one Hyperline Model X11 portable railgun, and they take you to a range to test it. And they take you to a deeper part of the queue containment, and it just has 6x6, 6 feet high, 6 feet long, 6 feet thick concrete blocks, right?
Mhm.
And there's one here, and then there's a 5-foot gap, and there's another one that's a 5-foot gap, and there's another one, there's 10 of them. And they tell you to brace yourself, put out the tripod, and fire the railgun. And when you do, it bursts through all of them and bursts the wall behind it.
That's just bigger.
So, a Hyperline Model X11 portable railgun requires you to roll 7d10 to activate the weapon against a difficulty of 7. Say when.
So you said 70.
You roll, because you're using its enlightenment, not your own. You roll 7d10 to activate it. The difficulty is 7, unless you're firing it at civilians, and the difficulty is 8.
Okay.
It's the weapon causes paradox in front of civilians.
Okay.
If you only need one success to activate the weapon, then you roll dexterity plus energy weapons, which only you have, to do damage. The damage will be 8 plus whatever the result of your roll is in dice.
Okay.
It has each discharge costs 1 point of primal energy. The charger comes with 10 charges, which we'll get to deal with that in a minute. 57. You are given a deployable anti-extra-dimensional incursion pulse modulator. It's a scientific device that you stab into the ground. Roll 7d10. Every success you get increases the hardness of the local gauntlet by 1 point, making it really hard for spiritual creatures to phase in and out.
Okay. Because I was
Like a
about
teleporting
to
werewolf.
ask. Oh, they can teleport.
They can step sideways, like we did with Eric. Yes.
Cool.
Holy
Yeah, because I
crap.
was gonna ask you to repeat that in English.
Basically, you slam it in the ground, roll 7 dice, and make it harder for werewolves to escape through reflective surfaces.
Anti-teleporty device D7. Got it.
You all receive 1 Spec M each. A Spec M is a standardized primal energy containment matrix. Basically, it's a hypertech recharge battery. Anything that I tell you has charges, like Sarah's and Sean's equipment they just got, if you run out, you can recharge it with this. Or, you can overload it, and it does a massive paradox explosion and evaporates everything in a certain radius. Like a fusion reactor exploding.
What are they called again?
Spec M's.
We have 1 each.
Yeah, to recharge any hypertech you may get from requisitions or other.
Okay.
You can also recharge yourselves with them. You recharge your cybernetic augmentations or your biomods.
Sweet.
You also get an 8-pack of Erg Green. Erg is the choice energy drink of the Technocracy. Erg Green is smooth tasting and goes down without a kick. Gives you 1 dot of stamina per can for 4 hours. After the 4 hours, you lose 2 dots of stamina until you get a good rest. If you drink more than 3 cans in a row, the side effects are massive.
Like at one time.
Yes. What you can do to get that 3 stamina kit, you'll pay for it later. You also get an 8-pack of Erd Indigo, a bottle of cool, refreshing blue juice that restores all health levels lost to bashing or 1 level of damage. Does not heal aggravate.
Cool.
Your vehicle is a deep dive custom model Ford SUV with chrome rims, slick and black, super reflective windows you can see out of but not into. It has lots of cool toys you'll find out as you decide to use the vehicle. It's got a lot of James Bond buttons.
Does that have a
Also,
red
it's
button?
got...
Did Ford pay for this?
No. Ford did not pay for this. Sadly.
Does it have a
You hear
red
that, Ford?
button?
Support us. It has many red buttons, sir.
Oh. Does it have a big red button?
It has 2 big red buttons.
Shit, this
It's
is
got a lot of
Detroit. There
features.
probably is no Ford here anymore.
It's got a lot of features, including life support containment and completely projectile-proof, except for like rail guns and shit, plasma rifles, but standard arms won't even leave scratches. Fuel economy is 800 miles per gallon. All kinds of cool features.
All right.
Also, it's got a kick-ass stereo system. That's your standard equipment. You can request any normal stuff you want at this time before we move on to requisitions.
I guess that would depend on what the plan is.
So all
They
they
have
have
any,
given
like-
for information is they want you to drive up to the location they told you about, and then head to the last spot the creatures were seen and investigated. It's completely up to you how that happens.
So we don't know for sure where they are.
You know the last town. You were given the name of the town that they were spotted in,
Okay.
which
Do they
is
have-
Autrain, Michigan,
Oh.
They have-
no, in the heart of the Hiawatha National Forest.
Do they have
Okay.
like a containment net or something that we can use?
That's not mundane equipment. Any containment net they give you won't stop a werewolf.
Oh,
Period.
That would be a
Yeah.
requisitions thing.
cool.
But you could get mundane net guns, yes. In case you run into
Oops.
huge civilians or something.
So, sorry, I was writing the notes down for what you've already given us. Did John ask specifically about like a silver net?
No, mundane net gun. We're still doing mundane equipment.
Still doing mundane. Okay, sorry.
I got a couple people I can talk to, a couple other friends, one other tribe or another. I could probably knock on a few doors and get a few things if we need it. We're gonna deal with werewolves, shifters. They're pretty common on the res.
Werewolf just kind of rolls off the tongue better than Theron trope. We like to give nicknames to all the things that we blow up, like Big Squid Thing and Bigger
The
Squid Thing.
Technocracy would be okay with you calling it Big Wolf Monster, but if you use the term werewolf, that is unusual. You will be
Say-
noticed.
It's all
That
the
will
same
affect your
shit,
requisition
Sergeant.
rolls.
Sergeant, you're drifting very close to unmutual actions.
I've drifted to some pretty unmutual stuff, like a reality that wasn't reality but didn't have reality.
But you
then
remain
have
mutual,
reality.
and that's what saves you.
What? Yeah,
You remain
It's your
mutual.
mutuality that saves you from those realities.
right.
If you ever stepped into the Umbral sometime, Agent Smith, you'd know what he's talking about.
I don't
You could call it
understand
a
how
wolf
calling it-
deviant.
Why, how is that different than a werewolf? It's a werewolf. Wolf deviant. It's just words.
You
Oh,
guys
what-
can be
Then
Sergeant.
have
This is
you-
all very 1984.
If you
Sergeant,
say
I
that
can
in
speak-
character, you are going to screw up your requisition roll.
Sergeant, I can speak very, very informatively that words have many effects, and you should watch what you say.
Sure. Anyway, no, he actually does say that in character.
All right, your requisition roll just went up by 1 DC.
Cool.
No more mundane equipment. Waiting for the good stuff. All right.
Yeah.
Who's all got requisitions? Do you have requisitions 57?
Would that be
Background.
what's
Contacts. I have contacts.
don't I've got genius, certification, enhanced, engineered, influence. I'm a doctor.
Your contacts are going to have a completely different effect here. Smith.
Well.
Wow, I don't know why I keep telling you that. John, do you have requisitions?
Don't worry, I'm a PhD. Yes, I do have requisitions too.
Okay. Requisition rolling time. I'm pulling up the book so we can do it by the book. Whoops. Okay. Requisitioning is rolled only as the dice you have in the background, and you have to tell me what you're after, and then you roll your dice.
Okay, so I'm only gonna get to roll 2 dice.
Correct, but it's a social scene, so I'm gonna allow both of you to role play talking to Q Division, and you may be able to get bonus. But first, you gotta tell me what you're after.
I would like I'm looking for 2 things that kind of go hand in hand. I want a couple of bags of a count of 100 silver-tipped caltrops and a weighted silver-hooked net,
Okay.
where each of the weaves has a small barb or hook type thing in it, and then
Okay.
the corners are all weighted. If you need me to, if you want to do the scene, I can do that too. Can you type the
Double checking.
word that the? Sorry, I was going to say, can someone type the word that we're calling not werewolves? Just because it's not lycanthrope, so I'd like to see it so I can say it right. Thank you.
Welcome. So, you're picking up your equipment from Q Branch, and there's a short little guy, super genius, with a clipboard and a white coat that's way too big for him. And you're like, excuse me, and he whips around and he's like, yeah, what do you need?
I'd like to read him really quickly. Does he seem... I want to find out how he responds best to people. Does he seem very to the point and very matter of fact, or does he like to chat people up beforehand and like hear the tales? What kind of requisition, what personality does this guy have?
Perception plus empathy. Also,
Holy crap, that's a lot of buttons.
gotta check all the sheets and make sure we do the thing to all your sheets.
So,
Check yours now. You do not have the thing.
do I need the thing?
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Okay. Oh yeah, I see. No attribute.
Okay, now you're good.
Okay.
Check stance.
Four successes.
Wow.
Nice. Stance also does not have anything. You do now, Stance. This guy is clearly assumes you're all gonna die on the mission. He thinks werewolves are the scariest things ever, and he feels real bad for you.
Perfect. I will come up and I'll stand there and I'll kind of look. This is going to be a dangerous one. I know we're not.
I know. You're probably
and
gonna die.
I look to him and I'll show the smallest little feign of like concern in my face, something that I'm sure he's never seen a Man in Black do.
He actually
know.
says, "Whoa."
It's that bad. I know. Trust me, I have no illusions of what this is either, but I think right now you have the key that'll help us get through this. I need something.
Subterfuge plus. Come on, mouse, cooperate. Subterfuge plus manipulation, sir.
Subterfuge. Where go you there? Boom. 4 successes.
All right, you may roll 4 successes. Almost 5, close enough. You may roll 4 dice against difficulty 7. So roll. I don't think you can roll your talents. Let me check. Not your talents, your background.
My backgrounds.
Yeah,
I can just put 4 into like
Yep.
a
Well-
attribute and roll it.
You can actually just uncheck everything, and then click the dice roller, and it'll ask you for a modifier. Give it 4.
Oh, okay.
And that way we still get the pretty to get out.
Sweet. So again, feigning that kind of concern, you hold the key to this, and I think if I can get this, my odds of surviving, of all of us surviving, go up, and that's because of you. You can help us right here, right now. This is what I need. And I slip him a piece of paper. Can you help us?
Roll it.
1 success. Wait. Is
Didn't
this
roll
total
any
dice
dice.
0? No, but it did roll. It rolled 4. Wait.
Yeah, total dice.
Oh, because I
0,
rolled
but
a
it rolled
1.
4.
Dang.
Yep.
Okay.
Because 1s cancel out successes in this version.
Yep.
of the game.
Oh.
So, 1 success gives you 5 background points worth of equipment, special weapons to spend, which is enough for both of the things you wanted. You get everything you want. You didn't have difficult quests. Stantz, different guy.
Thank
He's
you.
filling out notes, and you're like,
You've saved
"Hey, I
a
need
life
more
today."
stuff."
Yeah,
he
we're
whips
going
around
up
and he's
against.
like, "Yeah, maybe if you quit calling them werewolves, what's wrong with you?"
I said it once.
I said it like 6 times.
I mean, just to make my point. But anyway, we're going up against a class 5 theranthropic entity. I'm going to need a anti-thropic suspension cage and some netting.
You want a cage made out of silver?
Yeah. Yeah.
You want a golden gun too? While I'm at it.
No, I've used one before. It's not that great.
What about a car made out of platinum?
Seems too heavy.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Would you like to try to convince him, or just roll your requisitions?
No, I want to try to convince him, I think.
Okay, you gonna try to read him like John did, or are you just gonna raw it?
No, I think I'm just gonna I'm gonna raw it. I'm gonna raw it.
What do you say?
So look, I think there's some seriousness in the way that you handle missions to take down a certain enemy. Most of the time, you just need like a class 9D atomizer because that kind of takes care of everything. But I feel like where we're going, I can't use one of those. And like this railgun's really cute and all, but I'm gonna need something a little more specific. So I mean, all you got to do is really just do some alchemy in the back, where you just like lace the metal and you forge it correctly, and then you just like etch it in there. It's pretty standard issue, honestly.
They've let you use an atomizer?
Twice.
He sits down, fascinated.
Yeah. So like
You're gonna
we were
have to,
fighting-
in character, tell him the story.
So we were actually fighting these space squids on Klaxonon 9. It was out in the distant Virgo galaxy cluster, in the small arm of the translucent, transdimensional Actually, this was totally in a different dimension, so it wasn't even called any of that. We'll just say it was in the the squid place. And so we went into the squid den. And like literally, the squid den is actually a squid, and it's just crazy because you're fighting a squid, and you're like, wow, I'm fighting a squid inside the squid. It's like Squidception. So then we went in and fought a Class 9 squid monster. They're actually called I can't even remember the name. We just broken it down to squid monster at this point. So yeah. Anyway, we were like, well, the only way we're going to get rid of this thing is like Class 9 deatomizer, but we only had a Class 8. So I rigged the thing with an extra power pack and made it Class 9. Jumped that thing up to like 21,000 gigahertz. So we ended up pointing it down straight down its mouth. Then like I had this guy named Hudson with me, and he was all like, we're gonna die, which kind of threw off my aim. I ended up shooting in the eye, and it shot it in the eye. But then that made it blind. So then I was able. So then it was all like, I'm a squid monster flailing inside the squid den that is a squid monster. So then we actually like went in, and then so I was able to re-aim it and recalibrate, and boom, like shot it right down its throat. Hit its heart dead on, exploded everywhere. That planet now has a ring of just goo, squid goo, rotating around it. It's pretty awesome.
Roll intelligence plus xenobiology. Because of the way you told that story. Walter, you hear no response because here you'd actually have to cast a spell to try to talk to spirits.
Oh.
Okay.
Which is dangerous for you. Lots of paradox. What?
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
You rolled 2 1s. Oh
That's
my God.
amazing.
That's not how that should read out, but that's wonderful that it does that. It's great. Okay.
That's what you got what that story deserved.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
That story
actually,
deserved much more.
You didn't. Oh, did you? Oh, that's because that's a botch. Because you needed 7. I was gonna give you +1 no matter what for that story, so that cancels out the botch. So you can just roll your requisitions. Roll 3d10. No bonus, no penalty.
Roll Rex.
That you can't do it that way. Uncheck everything and then just hit the dice roller and give it a modifier of 3.
Oh, I can't roll. Really?
Yeah, because it doesn't. The backgrounds aren't actually rollable fields.
Nathan needs to step up.
He actually tried really hard. It doesn't work for those. 2 successes. You wanted a silver cage and a net. You actually need 8 points for the cage. That's in one of the books for some reason. You have a silver cage.
Nice.
A very large silver cage. And
Cool.
a second net. Because those were cheap.
So, by the way, is this collapsible?
Yes. Or
Cool.
else it wouldn't fit in the truck. It's big enough to hold a man. Okay. That's it for requisitions, but that's not it for secret weapons. I'm going to need you to roll that as a dice pool, because on the way out, a guy stops you and says, "Hold on, Sarge. We've got a thing we need you to try out for us while you're out there."
Oh, really? So, like, is it a Class 9 deatomizer? Because I just told a guy a story. That
No, we don't need those tests. We know they work. This is prototype equipment. We'll be fine. Come on.
Okay.
So roll it as a dice pool. Against difficulty 7. Change it from 6 to 7. One success is all you need. It's only when you fail or botch that it's bad.
Okay.
I should have rolled that for you, actually, but that's okay.
Cool.
You... my page number. 656. You are given an Allenson R26 prototype hard suit.
What?
It's a legit exoskeleton. You step into it and it wraps around your body and connects itself to you.
Wait,
The
did you
fuck?
call this an Allison suit?
Allenson R26 prototype hard suit.
Allison.
Allenson. Alanson.
Yeah, Sean, this is Allison's suit.
Fuck Allison.
I'm sorry, an Allison exosuit.
Alan, A-L-A-N.
Yeah, I slurred it that time. That was my bad. An
okay.
Allinson exosuit. Hard suit, you said?
Yep, it's an exoskeleton like in that movie with, is that Matt Damon?
The Matt Damon.
Elysium?
Yeah, like in Elysium.
Yeah. Okay.
It gives you the following stuff. You ready?
I don't even know where to write this down at. Hold on 1 second.
You might need paper, because this is, only for this mission. Also, it takes a full minute, which is 10 turns, to put this on, so I wouldn't wait until last possible second. However, they also recommend you don't wear it in front of civilians.
Okay. Will it fit over a track? Will it fit under a tracksuit?
No, it's an exoskeleton. You step into it.
Okay.
It's like a mech without the shell. Only
Yep.
it's human-sized.
And it's collapsible.
It gives you 7 additional soak dice.
Fuck.
It adds 2
Okay.
to your strength.
Okay.
It triples your jump distance. It lets you sprint 40 yards a turn.
Okay.
It's temperature controlled, which is actually in the book. It's amazing. I see why. If the temperature is between 0 and 110 Fahrenheit, it keeps it at 65 degrees for 70 degrees.
Okay.
It was just comfortable.
It has it has hardened fists and hardened boots for the hands and feet, which means when you punch or hit with it, your damage is lethal instead of subdual.
Okay.
Integrated communications interface, of course, with internet access. Cross-environment life support, meaning you can go underwater, intense heat, deep cold, and not, suffocate or die. But that burns the suit out quick. It can't do that for very long.
What was the one
Walter,
before that?
she's
Cross-environment life support.
What was the one before that?
Oh, in communications, internet access, and the ability to talk to your team. It has an enhanced 3D targeting system. If you spend a whole turn engaging the targeting system, on the next turn, your attack gets 4 extra dice.
Okay.
And of course, it is equipped with the right arm with a high-intensity plasma assault unit. It generates a blast of hot, focused plasmic death. This burns through the battery pack pretty quick, but you roll Dex plus energy weapons. And it does a lot of damage, and it causes paradox. Not done yet, though. Say when.
Okay.
It has a nanotech self-repair module. If you roll 7 dice and succeed, it can fix itself. Like the suit, not you.
Okay.
It also has a self-contained emergency medical system for you. It injects you with nanite drugs and slaps biopatches on it. You roll 4d10, and for each success, you heal a point of damage.
Alright.
And of course, it has a standardized primal energy containment matrix, meaning it has 10 points of juice plus your battery recharge. Basically anything except just walking and punching. You can shoot the gun, or use the self-repair, or use the environment, not dying, all that stuff burns a point. Punching, kicking, and getting hit does not burn points. Cross-environment life support, enhanced targeting, and the plasma rifle and the repair burns the battery. That's your special weapons prototype requisition.
Cool.
Like we discussed before, it does lots of cool shit that will always cause paradox even when there's no civilians. And now you're done. Your wish.
Well,
Your wish. Good
this guy
luck.
walking, and he's just like, I thought we were going to Michigan, not Mars.
You're in Michigan.
I thought we were in Detroit.
Right.
Detroit's in Michigan.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Geographical brain fart.
I mean,
I thought we were going to Hiawatha, not
Like
outer
some-
Sunrise.
space.
Is there any way I could go back to the requisitions and use my genius combined with either biotech, hypertech, or science to talk them into that silver in some sort of matrix that I could put inside of my syringe?
Sadly, no. You must have requisitions to get
Curses.
special requisitions.
Ah, well, I tried.
Yes, you did. Get high enough ranks in matter, you can make that yourself with a spell. 2 ranks in matter let you turn one thing into another. You can create solid. You can make solid silver liquid.
Ooh.
Okay, RoboCop, are we ready to roll?
One moment. I gotta. Well, actually, no. You guys continue. I just gotta switch things around. I forgot to uncover Sarah.
Oh no.
So yes, who's driving? Who's got the drive ranks? I'm pretty sure that's the Sarge.
I have
It's definitely not me.
3 points in drive.
Okay, Sarge is driving. So you just want to roll up there? The Hiawatha, the town you're heading to in the Hiawatha Reserve is actually on reservation land. This is where your contacts could come in helpful if you want to use them, Walter. You can call around and ask questions ahead of time, or you could wait till you get there and do it, whatever.
Yeah, I'll reach out to my contacts and pop in the magic SIM card and call up a couple of people that I know. And that doesn't work. It's just 2 dice. I don't know if there's anything else I need to roll with that.
Contacts, you don't actually roll contacts, you roll a social roll depending on who you're calling. So are you calling someone you know, or are you just going to call the tribal association? Do you want to say you know someone in that reserve? You can only say I know a person so many times based on your contacts.
He probably knows like another Ghost Wheel member or somebody on the reservation. He just wants to like get some information like, hey, you heard of any werewolves out that way? You know anything? You know, that kind of thing.
Okay. The phone rings 12 times, and then goes to caller ID. Rings 12 more times, goes to caller ID. The 3rd time, it's picked up on the first thing. Fuck, what do you want? Oh,
Hey!
Walter. How you doing, man?
Yeah, it's Wasishu. Hey, listen.
Oh, hold on. Bunches of female giggling in the background, snorting noises. Yeah, what's up, man?
Hey, I heard there's some activity going on up there. We got some werewolves, some wolf spirits walking around up there. Do you know?
Man, we keep telling you, we don't talk about skinwalkers, because then they notice you.
Skinwalkers, shifters, whatever, man. You heard of anything going on up there in Hiawatha?
He sighs heavily, and is that how you want to convince him, or do you want to try to be more persuasive?
Gotta be a little
than
bit
to
more
say-
covert. Yeah, I'm just kind of like, listen, I got a hot tip. We need to start watching our backs. And it's like, I just want to find out if the stories are true, you know?
The skinwalkers usually protect our land and leave us alone if we don't talk about them. Why would we have to watch our backs?
Not, no, not watching our backs before the skinwalkers. I mean, there's other people looking into the matter. They might be trying to find us too. You know what I mean?
Fuck. So you're saying that
I'm
you're
saying
causing
that,
all kinds of attention again.
I'm saying that we've got eyes in the woods, friend, and they're not the kind that we like to see. Now, if you know something,
Fine.
tell me. pass the word along, you know.
That was a straight up subterfuge. So yes, roll manipulation plus subterfuge, which
Ooh.
is all the dice for you.
Five successes.
5 successes. Fine. Look, if you can keep them off our back like you did last time, yeah. So there was a bunch of activity. We're not really sure what happened. It was like some non-natives and some white men came on the res, and they spent the night out in the wilderness. And the skinwalkers came for them, but then other skinwalkers came and they fought each other. We don't know what happened, but it sounded real violent and bad. One of the families here might be trying to hide the humans, because you know how skinwalkers work. They can only turn into their wolf form for a certain amount of time before they have to go back to being just people again. FYI, none of this is canon. That's just what this guy thinks. The evil Bruja witch can only be a monster for so long. I can't give up the name, but they're definitely here in town.
They're in town, that's all I need to know. I'll put the word out. Hey, thanks for looking out.
Yeah, man. Now I gotta go. Click.
Yeah. Hangs up the phone. Skinwalkers. Multiple groups of skinwalkers. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. Some of them have been killing you white people out there in the woods. We'll think we were playing at Friday the 13th for the last time. They settled up there on Crystal Lake, you know, and when they're doing what they were doing, all of a sudden these skinwalkers come up and they change shape and start eating them for breakfast. Other skinwalkers run in and start fighting them, split up and disappear. Looks like the people that you're looking for are right on the reservation.
So you're telling me that some are good and some are bad. According to what hierarchy of good and bad are you referring to? Because
you're not listening, 50s. I said some of them are good and some of them are bad. You're talking about them like they're animals, but they're just people, just like you and me.
But
I think you need to go up on the mountain sometime, you know? Maybe get focused.
What mountain?
Walter, that's highly unmutual speak.
What was that?
That's highly unmutual speak.
I'm a highly unmutual kind of person. You should ask my totem sometime. Or you should meet her sometime. Ain't that right, Shunka? He kind of looks to the left of him where there's
Coyote
nobody
looks
sitting
at
in the
you.
back seat.
Coyote looks at you from the back seat and says, "This is a sweet ride, but that bitch will never be able to see me. Look at him."
We both
This
laugh
person over
at
here,
it.
though. This person over here, though, puts his paw directly on 57. I like this person. They're cool.
That's so meta.
I agree. He's talking to nobody to them, just like he's talking to himself and shit. It's being odd as fuck.
You have an incredible imaginary, right? That's
Since
the
you're
word.
talking to
Imaginary.
Coyote, since you're talking to Coyote, you can actually try to get information from Coyote if you want. So you could roll spirit lore plus manipulation to try to get something out of Coyote.
Huh.
Imagination. That's the word. I had forgotten the word.
I pretend I
because-
play stupid. I play stupid with Coyote. I'm just like, I don't know anything about werewolves and shifters or anything like that. I've heard stories, but I don't really know that much about them. But you don't even know that much about them. I mean, you know, you being in the spirit realm.
I know everything about them. I'm Coyote.
Sure you do, he says, and he's like,
Go ahead and roll
Testing his,
manipulation plus subterfuge again. Difficulty 8.
that's gonna be tough. 4 successes.
I know what you're trying to pull on me. I'm impressed, so I'll tell you anyways.
Ooh, me?
You're learning. You're learning. So yeah, if they're fighting each other, it probably means it's those gross, weird toxic werewolves fighting the actual okay werewolves, even though the okay werewolves are still really fucking scary. And there's probably people caught in the middle. But these guys, they're gonna shoot everybody, so I don't know what you're gonna do about that. Good luck, kid. And the coyote fades.
He's talking about the ones that killed all those people, like toxic werewolves.
He's telling you that if werewolves were fighting each other, it probably means it was good versus evil in Coyote's opinion. There are some
the ones that we're after are the
there
bad
are some
ones.
werewolves that are okay, and there are some that aren't okay in his opinion. But the Technocracy, you shoot them all.
Sure. Okay. We're after some really bad folks out here. I can see why you tech people want to get rid of them. I'll tell you what, though, if you try to take one in alive, you better be ready to contain them forever.
Oh,
Otherwise, you're gonna have to disintegrate them ultimately.
That is our
Very
assignment.
exciting.
That is what we will do.
Do you know if there are any cubs?
I don't know that much about them, to be perfectly honest.
Oh. Well, okay, so how can we tell the bad ones from the good ones? Do they have markings, or do they have a different language? Are they
They have
taller?
a different demeanor, that's for sure. They don't care for us, for normal people. They'll just eat you. You're just
You
chow,
can roll-
you're dinner.
You could roll were-based lore plus intellect, since you actually have were-based lore, which is the accurate skill for this.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to try to answer
And
the
what is it?
question.
Intellect? Or sorry,
Yeah.
intelligence and where based?
Intelligence and were-based lore, correct.
All right. 2 successes.
2 successes. Usually, the dark ones are very erratic in nature and are very tainted. So, in a fight, it wouldn't take long to
Spirit-wise.
tell. Right. In a
If I
fight, it
examine
wouldn't
their
take
spirit,
long
would
to
they be
tell,
different
or-
from?
Yes.
Mhm.
You would be able
I
to
can tell.
with the successful spirit roll.
Yeah, it's like if I'm able to look at their spirit, I will know for sure.
They're
I gotta get
ghosts,
close.
right?
They're very different from the other ones, but you have to be able to see that.
But how do you look at a ghost?
I'll try to teach you sometime. Maybe I'll take you up to the mountain. Like I said, get focused. That'll be good for you.
Which mountain? You never specified, so I think if you ever decided to meet me on one, I wouldn't know which one to go to. But you know what? That's all right.
Maybe if we
I
survive, I'll show you.
57. Be careful of anything this deviant tries to tell you.
Listen to
No,
Pickle
it-
Dick here. He knows what he's talking about.
After a several-hour drive,
Wait, do you
You
still have
arrive-
those? I heard they cut those off.
wow. After a several-hour drive, you arrive in the Hiawatha National Forest. The town is about an hour from here. It's up to you if you just drive into town or if you have some other approach you'd like to take.
Take me to the site where these people died. I need to speak to the plants and the things in the area. Dead spirits, all that sort of stuff.
That sounds good.
All very beneath you.
Well, actually, it's been proven scientifically that plants can communicate with each other. However, it's on the cellular level. They don't actually speak.
Not the plants, it's the spirit of the plants.
Plants don't make ghosts.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, actually they do.
You see?
In the dimension,
drive
Sergeant
into the-
Robocop knows what he's talking about too.
in the dimension where everything is a plant, we fought class 7 vaporous plants. Yeah, it's kind of messed up.
Gaseous, I believe you mean.
No. Full
It's
like,
kind of,
torso, like
it-
apparition type thing.
It's inspiring to hear you talk like that, Sergeant. I thought all the, knowledgeable people of America died off a long time ago.
Well, just when you're eating a tomato, you can thank me that it doesn't eat you back.
Much
Oh,
appreciated.
it physically hurts.
So, you drive to the scene of the carnage. As you drive deep into the Hiawatha National Forest, you realize you've left this sparse civilization that does exist in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan behind. You went from Cyberpunk Detroit through small town Michigan, across the miles-long Mackinac Bridge up to the Upper Peninsula, where even the small towns become few and far between. You took a right on a highway, and it's just forests. It's just trees and forests for miles. And, like, you don't pass anything but more trees in the road for an hour before the sergeant pulls the SUV over and says, "We're here." And you could feel the air change around you, and you can feel the presence of all the deviant reality in this area. For you technocrats, as you realize your chances of paradox have increased here while Walter's decreased.
We are indeed. Gets out of the car.
This is an uncomfortable place. Severely
You can
so.
stay in the car if it bothers you, sweetheart. I'm gonna go take a look around, talk to the trees, speak to the dead. I'll be
Oh
back.
no, I absolutely have to evaluate all the biologies here. They're so numerous. It's just I feel as if I can't properly do my science in this environment, and it makes me a little nervous.
Do all the science experiments you want.
Gonna get out, go to the trunk, pull out my shotgun, be like, "Hey, Pickle Dick, why don't you go and set a perimeter? I keep watch over Spirit Tugger here."
I look at the sergeant. You're the one with the gun and the training. Go stand
Right.
at post.
Isn't that what you do?
57. I'm sorry for the way the deviant spoke with you. I understand your concern. This place is wrong. And he'll kind of, John will kind of put on like a air of trying to comfort 57 a little bit. Just remember, we're a team. We're here together.
You're absolutely right. We need to remain mutual with each other.
That's correct. You're doing very well. And then his face will just snap back to that neutral pose and go back to what he's doing.
You all hike into the woods, deep into the woods, for about 3/4 of a mile. And I would like either the sergeant or I believe it's John that has correspondence, yes?
Yes.
To do a correspondence 1 effect, finally roll some magic around here. Try to
Magic!
unerringly find your way through the wilderness without knowing where you're going, because there's no obvious sign to you.
I could
out
just
here.
talk to the trees. Like, hey, where do they go? This way? Okay, cool. Next.
Or yes, Walter could roll the spell. It's up to you guys. Which of the 3 of you would like to do this?
I kind of like him talking to the trees.
You're so unmutual.
Yeah, I'd like to not rely on that if we can.
Alright, we'll have you both do it. We're going to start with Walter with traditional magic.
He
Okay,
leans
Walter,
down.
top of your sheet, you see where it says spell card. Click that.
Oh, card. Okay.
Alright. So where it says spheres, you need to change spirit. Or dump. So make sure everything says 0 except spirit. Change spirit to 1. What you're doing here is you're telling the card you're using rank 1 of the spirit effect.
Oh, that's what that is. Okay.
And then the card
All right.
knows how to set difficulties based on that. Higher ranked effects.
So everything
are
else
harder
set to
do.
0. Gotcha.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I just click the.
And then since this is not a spell that has a specific effect, you can look through and see most of these are specific. Just click simple feat at the top under magical feats. On the left, put coincidental, because in this area, this is vulgar actually talking to a tree, but for you it's not at this time. And then because this is spirit, you can use your phone, so personalize instruments.
Personalized instruments.
Oh my
And you'll
god!
notice-
Is he gonna phone the trees?
Yes, he is. And you'll notice in the upper right, it says successes remaining, rolls remaining, successes required in the difficulty. See all that? That's what the card does. It tells us all the math. So then you just hit the red
Okay.
dice.
Modifier is 0. Okay.
Yep, no modifiers.
It's no, nothing came up. It came up with the no attribute was found.
Oh, we missed something. What did we miss?
Gauntlet difficulty.
No, that doesn't apply here.
It says no attribute was found for
At Walter.
Yep, okay.
Procedure.
So the roller isn't working, however, the
Nice.
math is working. So roll 3d10 because you have 3 arete. You need to get at least 1 success against a difficulty of 4. So go back to the character
Oh,
page.
shit.
And then,
I got all 3.
you got 3 successes, which means you cast the spell perfectly in every way possible.
Cool.
Before we get to your
I
results,
imagine
we're
him-
going to jump over to John and do the same thing.
Alright.
John,
Yes.
head over to the spell card. For you, it's going to be a little different.
Okay.
You're going to add, so you're going to drop everything to 0 except data. And for data, you just need 1.
Is this in the spheres list?
Correct.
To drop everything to 0.
Except data, which you leave at 1 because you're doing a rank 1 data effect.
Got it. So I should leave these at 0 until I'm casting something?
Correct. This card
Okay.
just defaults to your base levels.
Okay,
And then
got it.
Again, simple feat again, just like Eric, under magical feats.
Magical feats.
Simple.
Simple. Okay.
And then personalized instrument. Well, no, you're using data. No personalized instruments. And
Nope,
for
that's
you,
only for
it's
mind.
vulgar without witnesses. Because things are harder for you here in this wilderness, which is under base casting.
Vulgar without witnesses. Okay.
And then we'll look up on the on the right, and we will see that in your case, you need 1 success at a difficulty of 4, but you have less chances to succeed than he did because it's vulgar.
Okay.
So now just roll 3d10, and you're looking for at least 1 4 with no 1s.
Is there a special place I should roll this? Oh, it's got
It
it.
won't work from here because it's broken. Because you just have to roll 3d10. I'll get Nathan to look at why they won't output
Oh,
it
I see.
later.
Okay. 3.
Everything's working, but the output. You got 2 successes. Which
2
is
successes.
Enough to solidly succeed, which means describe your spell first, John, and then I'll tell you how long it'll take you to get to where you're going, and then it's going to do a little bit better because you got more successes.
Okay. So just describe how the spell like manifests.
Correct, and remember, if it's not a spell for you, you're using devices to do science.
Right, but I have that weird effect when I do magic.
Correct.
So the way it would manifest is a HUD would kind of pop up inside my glasses and actually starts like pulling my head in different directions, and the vision goes through and actually navigates past different trees, and there'll be this digital mark on trees that kind of lead me in the right path and give me a visual representation of where to go. And what happens around me, because I have the word,
You have the weirdness flaw.
the flaw of weirdness, the world would actually kind of like morph and stretch around me, and the trees actually realign, and a straight path is created through the woods that for just a second shows where we're going before it all kind of snaps back in place.
I like it. And John looks it around at you and says, I have calculated it will take exactly 17.3 minutes if we take this route. Okay, Walter, call the trees. I will
Hold
be
on,
the
I
plants.
gotta go call an oak tree around here. Hold on a minute. He gets on the phone. But first thing he does, he kind of kneels down on the floor. He does it the old way first. So like he takes a puff out of his he takes a drag out of his cigarette. He blows smoke, and he takes the smoke and he pours it over himself like this. And then he picks up the phone. Hey,
It rings.
Hey,
It rings for like a whole minute, and then like
Hmm.
all the rest of you actually hear the sound of creaking wood coming out of the phone speakers. It's very unusual. What you hear,
It's, weird.
Walter, is, why are you waking me up? I was having such a nice nap.
if it were up to me, I wouldn't even be here. But these white people need to
Well,
find
then
some
leave.
shifters, and I need your help.
Why would I out the protectors of nature to these vagabonds?
You know, it's white people. You know, there's only 4 of them here right now, but you know, if there's more, because people are dead. You know, there are gonna be more of them here, and that means eventually these trees and you are gonna go bye-bye. So the faster we can get
What
to
do
where
you
these
wanna
people
know?
died and
You
resolve this
talk so
thing, the
fast.
quicker we'll be out of your hair. What's that?
Talk so fast. What do you need again?
They're gonna cut down the forest. Want to get them out of here?
What?
I want
Oh,
to get them
well,
out
why
of here as soon
didn't-
as possible. They're here to
Why?
find some shifters. We need to find the dead
Why
people
didn't
who
you
died
just
here.
lead with that? Go this way, and then make a turn there, because that's washed out. It got washed out about an hour ago. They probably don't know that. And then go this way through that grove. Don't step on the squirrel's nest.
No, I'm gonna leave the rest of the foliage here alone. I'll make sure these people get in and out as soon as
I'm
possible.
going back
Shoot
to
your
bed.
time.
Click.
This way. Starts leading him out.
So what happens is,
We're already a little bit too late.
He just talked
what happens
to a
is
tree.
at first, they go the same direction, but after about 5 minutes, Walter wants to deviate to the east, whereas John is like, no, we gotta keep going north, and Walter's like, trust me. What do the rest of you do? Who do you follow? Majority rules.
This is his environment. I trust that he knows where we're going, I would think.
Okay, I won't feel offended if you follow Pickle Dick. It's fine. I'll go this way, he goes that way. We'll meet up in the same place. It doesn't matter. It's all the same.
I realized that he has the ability. If we had him around, he could have quickly ended the transdimensional tree war of 1972. If we had just talked to the trees. And yeah, so
I'm going to murder you. I almost spit out my
Transdimensional
drink
tree
everywhere.
war.
right. So I'm gonna go with him because that's kind of cool.
I almost just
Majority
spit
rules.
take.
And I
Party.
waves at Pickle Dick and he gives him a wink like,
The party follows Walter. and
No
you
reaction.
Actually get
This is
there.
perfectly fine.
You actually get there
Represented
4
two
minutes
options.
faster.
Cool.
John has no reaction to this. Because John doesn't care.
Yeah, like John doesn't react to these things. Like you're not making him mad. You're not like getting under his skin. He
Oh,
has
yeah, I know.
zero reaction to any of these things.
And because we're hitting time and there is
Chipping
time for a
away at
fight,
him, just
we're gonna
chipping
end
away
on
a
a
little bit.
cliffhanger.
Yes.
You arrive at the edge of the clearing in time to see that obviously there was a huge fight here. Several trees have been knocked over. There's like massive claw gouges on them that just ripped them out of their roots and toppled them over. And the claw gouges are like this thick. And
oh shit.
there is blood everywhere. More blood than there should be for people who walk away.
Should have brought the bigger
There's-
gun.
Stuff is trampled everywhere. There are shell casings all over the place. This weird greenish substance every now and then across the area. And it smells, because you all have awareness, it smells tainted. It smells toxic to you. But what you really notice is that there's about 4 or 5 people. I should clarify. There's 4 obvious people and 1 hidden person that at least one of you will be able to notice when we start this fight next week. In the clearing, that notice you at the same moment as you notice them. Actually, they noticed you first. And they immediately whip around and start pulling out weapons. 2 of them with
Oh,
guns,
shit.
one of them with a bow, and one of them has a freaking grenade. And that's the cliffhanger we pause on. All of these people, by the way,
Okay.
all these people, by the way, are either Native Americans or mixed heritage.
Ah, are my people.
Not just your people, but you were told by your contact that someone local was protecting the what he thought evil skinwalker witch. This must be that family.
Yep. Okay. I'm gonna waste some fools.
Maybe it'll be up to you what you do about this. Most technocracy would default to violence, but they don't have to.
True. I just don't see them not doing that.
If only you had a master communicator and mind magician on your team.
Right?
I would prefer not to exterminate things that are endangered.
Well, fellow agents, we've reached the end of our session, but have no fear, this game will continue every week right here, starting at 5 Pacific, 8 Eastern. Tune in next week to help bring the world to Ascension and see how the Technocracy handles some werewolf kinfolk. But we're not quite done for tonight. First, we vote on our favorites. For anyone who hasn't seen this before, a vote is worth either a half an experience point or a bonus die to any roll in any session. So, starting with 57, who is your favorite tonight and why?
Oh, jeez. I'm gonna have to go with Eric.
And why?
His character is an excellent deviant, and
I think you're biased because you were once you once played Loki, so
Judging from some of the chat, you might be becoming a favorite in the Technocracy game, which is great. At least until things change. All right, who's your favorite, Eric, and why?
I actually really got to give it to Steve because he really stayed in the zone for that
True to
character,
himself.
like beginning to end. There was no break or anything there. That was
true.
spot on, my
Would
friend.
you say that there was no deviation?
No deviation. Very well. Yes.
There was a few cracks there. Like I felt myself smile. You guys are just too awesome. But I'm trying to.
That's the creepiest fucking Man in Black ever.
That background
John,
is
who's
fantastic.
your favorite and why?
I'm gonna have to go with Eric. That was pretty fun.
And last but not least, Steve, who's yours and why?
I'll make it a clean sweep and I'll give it to Eric because
Oh,
he's
Sweet,
fun.
sweet. Holy shit.
Yeah, he's really fun and I like him.
Thank you.
Steve, what are you going to do with your vote?
Half experience.
Eric, what are you going to do with your 3 votes?
Bonus dice, always bonus
Nice.
dice.
Don't forget you have them.
Yes.
All right. Well, it appears our power packs are running low, and we need to return to the construct to recharge and catch up at the Amalgam next week. Fellow agents of enlightenment, tell us what you're up to this week with your bad selves, and tell everyone where they can find you.
I'm at Space Lord PJs. You can find me Wednesday. They came from beneath the grave. Is that right? Is that what we're doing?
They came
Yeah.
from beyond the grave on Wednesday. It's going to be awesome. Check out the Kickstarter and come watch us play it.
Cool. Thursday, we'll be doing Avernus, which means I need to read the book before Thursday. And Friday, we're doing, well, usually I read it on Thursday, but then you read it on, like, tomorrow, which is a free day. But anyway, Friday, we're doing Mutants Masterminds 3rd Edition. I'll be playing the Siberian, and, yeah, it should be fun.
Sweet. Yeah, I'll be there Wednesday. I'm gonna be one of the undead. Well, not really, but you know, like, all things considered, aren't we all a little dead inside? In between that, you can find me playing Animal Crossing like a complete dork, you know, when I can steal the Switch from Devin. Yeah, and doing art and doing all sorts of awesome, exciting controlling of the Instagrams and the Facebooks for the Vorpal Tales. So please do follow and subscribe and like and adore and be mutual.
Like that. Steve, you can find me on the internet at Voodoo Arcade or just Voodoo Arcade in general. You can find me here at Vorpal Tales. Every day we do a thing, which is Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for a variety of games. I will be playing They Came From Beyond the Grave. I will be playing in Sean's Avernus game, and I will be running Mutants Masterminds 3rd Edition, which I probably should write sometime this week. And I think I get to sit down and watch They Came From Beyond the Grave before Wednesday, which sounds really awesome. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. That is me. Steve.
And I'm Eric. You can find me at Maroon Recluse on Twitter or anywhere else on the internet as Recluse. And I'll be putting the boys to bed in just a minute. But I'll be back here on Monday for more Mage.
Awesome. I myself, and in all our games, Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, I run this one, and I run They Came From Beyond the Grave. So come see us for more awesome adventures and terrifying tales. Remember, follow us here on Twitch and head over to YouTube for the archives. Like and subscribe. Check out our Patreon at patreon.com/globaltales. Leave comments. We love to hear from you. Your support helps us keep this going forever. And we definitely hope to see you on Wednesday for They Came From Beyond the Grave Kickstarter launch. It's going to be awesome. Until then, remember everyone to stay mutual. See you next week.